Now, that's something we haven't talked about, but it is possible, even if Diddy gets a 30, 40, 50-year sentence, if he serves 10 years, he's 55 and he's 65 or older, he could start petitioning for compassionate release. They do like to release elderly people, more of a financial reason, but they do release elderly inmates early out of federal prison because they don't want to bear the cost of providing them medical care, because that's cost. They have a budget. I think the Federal Bureau of Prisons budget's like $85 billion a year, something in that. It's up there. It's a lot. It's higher than most states' budgets for Department of Corrections. A lot of inmates are getting older, and there's a lot of old inmates in the federal prison systems, particularly a lot that went in the 90s with those draconian federal sentencing, the high end of the guidelines. They've put hundreds of thousands of African-American men from cities in prisons for a small amount of crack cocaine that were getting 30, 40, 50-year pieces. And a lot of them are still in and still have time, but a lot of them are also approaching 65 years old and being elderly. And just imagine how the financial cost of being in prison, where, they should have got out earlier. I mean, everyone, should be held accountable for their crimes, but should you give people with drug possessions and crack cocaine
mic
30,
check 1 2 1 2
years? I don't think
what
so.
Up, Krista?
Unless you're a heavy drug dealer.
Day 5.
A lot of them, I feel
this
don't
P.
deserve
Diddy
to be in there that long.
What up, T-Banks?
Yeah, be
T-Banks
punished
in the
for your
building.
crimes. 5-year piece, but a 30, 40, 50-year piece.
Hold on, let me share it real quick.
Drugs. So my point is, elderly inmates really tap into the medical costs money. Costs a lot of money every time someone has a problem with their colon as they're older, or ailments, knees aching and everything like that. The borough prisons have to pay for that. They got to pay for that. So in a way to cut money, they feel like the younger inmates, they don't cost as much because, a lot of the younger inmates don't even go to medical. They don't have no medical issue. Older inmates, they struggle. Aches and pains, things pass, they got to get testing and hospitalization, surgeries and everything like that. So they like to kick the elderly inmates out if they can. So it is possible down the line, Diddy gets an extended sentence. He's 55.
All right, cool. Y'all can hear me, right?
He might sit in prison for the next 10 years. And when this all blows over,
okay, cool.
Everybody forgets about this.
I had to share it real
moves
quick.
on to the next cycle, the next story in the news. They could covertly, Diddy and his people,
y'all can hear me, right?
start petitioning the Bureau of Prisons for compassionate release. And they kick him out. Which means I believe that he would just have to get out and be on a sort of house arrest to fulfill his
because y'all know it's day 5. They got to finish
similar to what they did in
with
COVID.
Cassie,
they did that
and
in
then
COVID a lot.
They sent the girl from Danny the King.
A lot of inmates
she's
that
supposed
served
to be
a certain amount of portion of their sentence.
I guess she
they actually kicked them out.
Testify today too.
A lot of people are fear about COVID and whatnot. They actually kicked them out. And let them
Don
do
Richardson, I think her name is. She's supposed to testify today
on home confinement. So Trump won't pardon Diddy, but you never know. The next president could. There's presidents come and go, right? 4 years, new president. 8 years, new president. Down the line, you might get a president, when Diddy's already served a significant amount of time, and say, hey, he's already served enough time, a large portion of the time. 10 years is a big deal, I think, for anyone. 10 years is a long time. But it's a long time. I think it's a big deal. Oh, there goes Aaron Katursky walking in. We recognize him. He's tall, lanky. All right, you see her significant other. That's Cassie. He's been in and out. Mr. Fine. He's been out, in and out. The court, he's been there in support of Cassie. He's been sitting in the courtroom listening. A lot of people think he's mad at Diddy. He wants to get his hands on Diddy. He wants to wrap his hands around Diddy's neck for what he did to Cassie. Cassie seems like she's happy now. Cassie has testified that she has been clean and sober since 2022. She's ready to give birth to a child. It looks like, and it appears that Cassie is doing well. I haven't heard any negativity about Cassie at all in any headlines anywhere. Have you? I haven't. It's not like this is like Cassie is like a troublemaker that's trying to pin this on this guy. I haven't heard anything bad about Cassie. Not at all. Matter of fact, it seems like Diddy was holding these freak off videos over Cassie's head to continue to do what he wants, or Diddy will release the videos and make Cassie look bad. I haven't heard anything about Cassie looking bad. And be honest, Cassie 100% deserves, in my mind, based off what Diddy did to her, not only with the false pretenses that never went into fruition. She turned into a sex slave and was under complete crazy control.
This is crazy.
As Diddy being a pimp for 11 years or a decade.
Where the hell you get that from?
I think she's entitled to 20 million.
That's one
I
of
think
the
that's fair compensation. Maybe it's not even enough.
What up, all world?
Considering Cassie could have been a big star. Who knows? She could have been the
world. We so we on this day 5 of the P. Diddy trial. They haven't started, right? But apparently they got to finish cross-examination with Cassie. They're going to start off with that. I think they got a few hours with her. And then the girl from Danity Kane, Dawn Richardson, or however you say her last name, she's supposed to take the stand today. So we're just waiting for everything to get started. Y'all might as well grab y'all coffee. I'm grabbing mine right now. Hello, light this thing up, hype this thing up. And then I'm just gonna share it real quick because I'm just letting them talk right quick about some quick updates.
Different than Cassie's, but my point is, I lost all my 20s in federal prison. You can't get the time back. And it seems like Cassie's been trapped for 10 years. Trapped. And she couldn't even go nowhere. All Diddy's people would track her down. Anytime she would try to move on and get in a relationship with another person,
you said Good Logic?
Diddy would threaten that person.
You said Good Logic? Does a good break. Who was that? I'm gonna have to,
sex tapes.
Is that the name?
Shane.
That's how you spell the name?
She couldn't even get away. And it forced her. And when she's said these things in this text, like she loves him and everything like that, she could have been just saying that stuff so she doesn't get beat up. So she doesn't get killed by him. She could have been just saying things, whatever. So when the defense, and Cassie kind of said that on the stand, like, these are just words. Say what the other person wants to hear. So you don't get a black eye. You don't get beat up. So you know how to get away. Plus, we really don't know the extent of what else Diddy. I personally think Cassie knows deeper, darker secrets on Diddy, like stuff, like Diddy's bodies and stuff. I really do. I really think so. Though, you would think here's an opportunity to spill the tea. Let us all know what's up. But, she lost all her 20s. That's an important part of most people's lives in the 20s. Your brain is fully developed by 25. You're young, you get your education or whatnot, and you become a late teen into adulthood. You springboard opportunities out the wazoo for you in your 20s. You're energized. Your drive is good. At the peak, starting to establish yourself. And that was all taken away from her. Now, what's good about Cassie is it seems like she's doing good. She recovered in a sense where she's moved on and she's, having a family and she appears to be happy. God bless her. I made mistakes. I thought I was going to be in and out of prison the rest of my life. I thought I was going to be in and out of prison the rest of my life. All right, let me go read the screen up here. And I got out of that cycle. Anybody can get out of the cycle of whatever you're into. You can make mistakes and redeem yourself 100%, but it's up to you. A video of Cassie Ventura emotionally embracing her husband, Alec Fine, after he completed a 50-mile marathon, has gone viral amid the federal sex trafficking trial.
Who a Diddy hater? I wasn't even paying attention.
The expecting 38-year-old.
Hold on. Yo, what y'all saying in the chat? Hold on. I had to run upstairs. Hold on. Okay, all world say he on YouTube. Okay. Um, what y'all talking about? He on YouTube. Okay. What do you mean by Diddy's buddy? Oh, this dude, y'all calling this dude? He a Diddy hater? Um. Oh, he's saying poor Cassie. Hold on. I wasn't really paying attention. Hold on.
For women leaving human trafficking. He's a
Yeah, that's
DV
why I just want to
advocate.
see. Hold on. Matter
When
of
I
fact, let me
got the
just say this.
news that my mom,
Because my thing is, right, even when it comes to this whole Puff Daddy trial, I want to hear other people's perspective, right? Even though I know this is some wild shit, what's going on, all these damn different freak offs and shit like that. But it's good to, for myself, for my mental, to hear different perspectives, because I already have a prejudged thing, what I'm already thinking. Because even when they're cross-examining her, right, like for her to come out in the state yesterday and say she enjoyed the freak offs, like that was crazy to me. Then she also said she was requesting them. Like I don't know if people caught that in the from the court information that was coming out yesterday, but in all those text messages between her and Puff, aka Diddy, these are the things that she wanted to have happen, and that's crazy. Hold on.
50 miles to bring awareness and hopefully raise some money. That's a great story. It's a great story. Running. But yeah, he personally is dealing with this twice. With his mom and now Cassie twice. So maybe he's going to go once Diddy gets convicted, which the inevitable conviction is coming, then he'll run another marathon, maybe 100-mile marathon, 50 miles. Try running 50 miles. Try running 50 miles. It's tough. It's hard. I can tell you a story, though, what I did to cope when I went to prison for the mistakes I made in my 20s. I lost all my 20s. I'd run. I'd run all day in the rec yard. They called me the running man. I'd run all day. Run. Literally run. 3 times a day. Hour. 7, 7, 7. When I say 7 miles, 1 hour. 7 miles, 1 hour. Every day.
So Chris, are you saying, what up, Polo?
Lost
Polo
a lot
in the
of weight,
building.
totally fit.
Hey, this Polo crazy.
I can't do that no more.
That part Polo.
It takes a toll on your body.
Polo, because you know what they're saying all over Twitter. They was like,
running.
yo, he the one.
But it clears your mind. It clears your negative thoughts. It clears everything out. It's inspiring. You really want to change your ways. Try some running. It actually works. Works good. I mean, run. Like get a Walkman, get a MP4 player, get a Spotify, whatever. Listen to your favorite music and just run. So this is an inspiring story right here. She seems like she's surrounded by a good guy. Hopefully there's no craziness going on behind the scene there.
But see,
he doesn't appear like a bad boy image
also
like
be
Diddy. But again, even bad boy for life, bad boy, Diddy, everything like that. No one, not you, not me, not anyone thought that Diddy would be freaky behind the scenes and crazy.
See, this is how you know though. It's some dude. His name is shit. What is this dude? I didn't forgot his fucking name that fast. I had just ran across him, T Banks. But here's the thing, T Banks, right? The thing is this: you can tell some of these people they don't understand the lifestyle, right? Especially when it comes to the hip hop shit that Puff was doing, Death Row was doing, like because that whole Bad Boy, Def Jam, just all like they be clueless. They be clueless. They be clueless. They seriously do. They be clueless as fuck. Because like just listen to some of the shit that he's saying is as I was trying to grab this damn coffee, so I can hear him, but I can't hear him. But they don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about. Yeah, they love the culture, but don't understand it. That part. T-Bank, that's all it is. That's all it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they understand, but they don't. You get so it's like they have an idea, but the shit they probably hearing, they probably like, what? He was doing what? Because to them, you know, they thinking he's just this professional man that, you know, lived this square ass life and not knowing this nigga be turned the fuck up. What up, Kingpin in the building? Yeah, they just think it's just some bullshit Puff just be doing or whatever the case may be. So all of this shit to them, like they really is like blown away. wait, what? They was peeing on each other. He was letting other men sleep with her. Like, come on, some of y'all. I mean, well, most of them, they don't understand that, when people was that myth for so many years, you want to go to a Diddy party. They just thought that was just one badass party and not knowing what that shit really, really meant. So, of course, they ain't gonna fuck with Puff to that degree. What up, Lady Bird? Lady Bird in the building. Hold on. So, yeah, I just wanted to hear what he had to say.
So come on in. The defense is trying to say with Cassie, though, is, even though Cassie so-called broke it off, she's still stringing Diddy along, or still with Diddy.
Yeah, like he need to talk about that.
Hooking up with him and can't
like,
officially let go.
And that was something else that was I found very interesting. They had broke up a few times, right? And nobody wanted to discuss this, but did anybody catch in the fucking transcript, right? She would pop up at places like they had broke up. Like basically she had got away, Krista, if Krista is still here. But she had got, like, basically they was broke up. She was away from him. She will pop up at places just so he can see her and think of the free calls. So that gave him this whole notion that, well, damn, you know what? Let me go fuck with her. Let me bring her back around. They wasn't even together. They had broke up multiple times. Did anybody catch that, Krista? Y'all didn't catch that from the transcript yesterday, right? Like all that, like she would pop up on him, like pull up to certain events he was doing, and they wasn't even together. That's why the Kid Cudi shit. Oh, you know what? I didn't do that live. That came out after they came back from the break. But even the Kid Cudi shit. That's why she stated, even on the stand, that yeah, she still was doing the freak offs and fucking with Puff. Why she was dating Kid Cudi? Why she was fucking with Drake? She was fucking with all these different men. Even she was still fucking with Puff. Why she was fucking with her husband? That's crazy. Like she still was running back to Puff. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
At one point, but they're all lining up. Here comes the van, I believe. Yep. Okay. Family members. Who's this? Who we got? Dun, dun, dun. Who we got here? Who do we have entering? Who's making their grand appearance? Who do we got? Ah. There you go. What happened to the van? Okay. 3 children. What happened to the van? That's not a van. That was an SUV. Where's the van?
Ain't no damn van every day.
Where's Janice?
What's wrong with that?
3 people.
Yeah, his kids.
It's less than yesterday. There was 4 yesterday. My observation is each day, less and less Diddy family has showed, and there doesn't seem like they're a unified front. Where's the mom? Or are they just switching up?
So the government said the defense cross-examination can go up until 4:30 p.m. today. They'll limit themselves to 30 minutes of redirect.
I think she came in, though, the first day with them in the van, right?
What up, Thinker in the building?
Judge, the government has said the defense's cross-examination can go until 4:30 today, and they'll limit themselves to 30 minutes of redirect. All right.
Like,
so the judge has extended that noon deadline to up to 4:30 today. And they limited the cross. So it doesn't appear that, Dawn Richard will testify today at this point. She's next. We thought maybe today. So we'll have to talk about Dawn Richard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On Monday.
Also, that means the defense.
Interesting. Okay, so here's a new development.
So apparently, I guess he's getting new information pretty much because Don Richardson from Danny Kane was supposed to testify today. But apparently, I guess the government is stating that they're going to be able to do the cross-examination up until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, which that's what the defense was pissed off about yesterday because they feeling like they rushed because they said Cassie this probably could go into labor this weekend. So this would be the last day that they can, you know, the defense will be able to do cross-examination. So I guess Don now, who was supposed to, the Danny DeCane girl was supposed to testify today. Apparently they're trying to push that back to Monday. So we'll probably get the Danny DeCane situation on Monday and not today. So the defense can have a full cross-examination of Cassie. So that's what's supposed to take place today. You guys, if you guys didn't know.
Talking about things. They're proposing to use a video of Mr. Combs walking in nature, talking to God. It is improper. Invited jury nullification. Let's hear it. Combs' attorney. This was about him being in rehab, which Miss Ventura didn't remember. So we want to refresh her recollection with this. The U.S.A, it cannot be played for her in front of the jury. Combs, attorney, we have headphones. Our jury is ready. Any more issues? Combs' attorney, if the rape is after the charged conduct, it shouldn't have come in. It's a huge issue for us. Judge, it's not a huge issue. You didn't raise it at the time. Combs' attorney, we thought we could cross on it. All right, bringing the jury in. So talking about a video. They want to play a video of Combs walking in nature. Talking about God. Prosecutor saying it's not relevant. However, they're saying it's part of his rehab stuff that he was going through for his drug addiction. So they want the jury to see this video of Combs walking in nature, talking about God, to paint him a picture as a rehabilitated man or a good person after a drug addiction. Because what they want to do is they want to try to say the stuff that Diddy did on Cassie was a result of him being high on opiates and high on drugs. But when he got clean, he's a better person. He's a changed person. That's what they're trying to do. Paint that picture there. That he kicked the habit and he looking good and he's walking in nature and he's a good, holy man. Huh. Make the jury believe he's a great guy. Look at him. Diddy, walking in nature, talking about God. He's kicked the habit. Everybody should be like Diddy, right? When you have addiction and you get your help, you're a great person after that. Our jury is ready. Any more issues? Now, this is something I have to look a little bit more into. If the rape is after the charged conduct, it should have come in. It's a huge issue for us. Judge, like, it's not a huge issue. You didn't raise it at the time. So you're supposed to bring up issues at the time when you know about it, not later on after the fact. So it appears like the defense knew this, but didn't raise it at the time. And now just raising it now, judge is like, nah, we're not buying it. Bring the jury in. Thoughts on the judge? Has the judge been fair thus far? They say the judge arrives every day. He literally walks the streets and he walks in at 8 a.m. He's walked in through the front during jury selection. I think he may be riding a bike there or something. A lot of people take bikes in New York City, all over the place. The biking. Yes, we're about to get started. Come on in. Jury's coming in, 9:30, just like clockwork. I've got the different feeds up. We'll see what's happening in real time. And then we'll constantly switch over to play-by-play analysis from others.
Hello. Hold on. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all follow my boy Polo too. If y'all can hear me. Y'all hear me right, T Banks? Make sure y'all follow Polo too.
Defense asks to show Ventura videos of Combs talking about God. That's coming out from CNN. We'll just recap on this a little bit. The defense wants to show Cassie Ventura a video of Sean Combs on a hike in a woods talking about God. Combs sent her the video from rehab 1 month after the 2016 altercation at the Intercontinental Hotel. Combs' lawyers argue they need to show Ventura the video because she had testified that Combs never went to rehab while they were together. The judge said Ventura could review the video, but it cannot be submitted into evidence for the jury.
Oh, appreciate that. Shout out to the thinker for giving my boy Polo a gift this appreciate that, thinker. So Polo, you a gift you're a subscriber to the channel now, Polo, just so you know. So you don't, no ads for you. No more ads for you.
At the time about him in rehab. Just keeping you posted because as I grow, I want you to know I'm growing. I want you to grow with me. Combs could be seen in the video. Prosecutors want to finish cross-examining Ventura by 4:30 p.m. today. 4:30. So we're going to be here for all afternoon. Not going anywhere for a while. Grab your Snickers bar. It could get good. Could be boring. Let us know what you think. Good morning. Outside the federal courthouse. Less family members for Combs today. Does that mean anything? An expert analysis. I'm just giving you some recaps of what some expert analysis that have been covering this case. Why the defense strategy has been unusual and effective. A senior analyst named Ellie Hong said the defense's team's cross-examination strategy for Cassie Ventura has been both unusual and effective. Usually, she says, there's a tendency for the defense lawyers to try to destroy the character of the key witness. However, Sean Diddy Combs' legal team has not taken that approach in his federal crime trial.
You know what, Polo? That's a good fucking question,
too. You can't go off on a
pregnant. I didn't even think about them.
It's a bad look.
Because that shit, did y'all see the...
I think they're calculated...
What was that fucking... was it Vlad? I think they went on Vlad TV. It was one of them and they start fucking crying. That's a good question. I don't know if Day 26 would testify. Because I don't think they was called. But I know it's supposed to be this girl... RBO Day, Don Richardson, Al B. Sure, of course, Cassie. They already did the male sex worker. People are speculating Jennifer Lopez, which I doubt. But I think that's who they're expecting. Because Al B. Sure, Polo went on one of them New York television morning shows, and he said that he was going to be called to the stand. So I'm assuming he's going to get up there and talk. Al B. Sure and I guess they saying Aubrey O'Day from Danny the Kane and this girl Dawn. But it's going to be very, very fucking interesting to see who jumps on that stand to testify against him. And what's going to be so crazy to me, and I don't think people actually thinking about this, his counter is going to be a motherfucker. Because a lot of the things that no matter who gets on the stand, Puff got so much dirt on fucking people that if you get your ass on that stand and you say XYZ about him, oh my Lord, I guess people not knowing, he's gonna pull out all tricks against him. He's gonna pull out all tricks against him. And I think that's the part where they're not thinking about. Like, just think about it. Like what he's been able to do for T Banks. I'm telling you, like, just think about how he's done Cassie. And they just now getting to the cross-examination to her. Like, they didn't already prove through these text messages, y'all got to think about it. They got to be very careful on how they approach Cassie, right? Because she's the victim. She already won the $20 million settlement against him for the domestic violence lawsuit or whatever the case may be, right? So they're just making her read all these different messages where she's admitted what? First, when she gets up there, she basically was saying that she was forced to do this. She's trying to prove that it's racketeering. She's trying to prove that it's sex trafficking. She's trying to prove all of this shit when she first talked, right? But now check this out. Just within them last few hours, just yesterday alone, they're reading her. They're making her read her own messages and to say where she initiated some of the freak offs, where she wanted to pop up on him when they wasn't together. She still was fucking with him while she was in all these different relationships. They're making her read this out loud in the courtroom. So if anybody got common sense sitting on that jury, right, you're going to be looking at, well, wait a minute. She did just come up here and basically her whole thing is this is a Rico sex trafficking thing. But wait a minute, you initiating the freak offs. That's why that was a key headline yesterday. Cassie was, what the fuck's Damn, Crystal probably. What was the fucking shit she said yesterday, Cassie? Cassie said that what she say she wanted the freak offs or some crazy shit she said. But the point is, this is what she wanted. And she was the one guiding it. She the one was paying for this shit. So them other people that might subject to get up there, it's gonna be fucking crazy, dude. Like I can just imagine the shit and the dirt he got on them. Like if he got that kind of dirt on Cassie, what do you think he got on other people? And the reason why I say that, because I think most people are not thinking about this one. What they're not thinking about is, right, he was like, even when you're in a relationship, you'll have certain dirt on certain people, like the text messages, certain videos you kept for your own keep, or whatever the case may be, yada yada, whatever, whatever. But just think about the other people that he probably intentionally got dirt on them so they can't say shit. The fuck is this? Is the longest goddamn commercial I ever seen. So just think, any one of them get up, what do you think he gonna have on Danny DeCane or RBO Day or one of them? Man, this gonna be a bunch of he say, she say, shit going on in his courtroom. He was trained and manipulated to want it. He groomed her completely. Wait a minute. See, Lady Bird, here you go. Here you go, Lady Bird. Oh no, matter of fact, let me send. Can you talk today, girl? She wanted to be there. Yeah, she wanted to be there. Crystal, what was the shit she said yesterday? She wanted the freak offs and she asked for them. Yeah. And then Ladybird wants to sit up here and play games. Ladybird, don't come here today with that bullshit now. If anyone, what Polo said, if anyone been to them parties and hasn't been subpoenaed yet, they better go on and move to where, yeah, that part, Polo. And that's the shit they was putting out there, right? That's why they saying the third witness got the fuck on. Like, fuck that shit. They was, trying to get that, whoever the third key witness was, they saying that person just left completely. Got the fuck on. Ladybird, can you talk? Hold on, let me send you the studio link. I'm not gonna do that. Hold on. Cause you sound like you, Ladybird sound like she in cahoots with the goddamn prosecution. Let me send this shit. She was 22 when her relationship. Yeah, she was 22 and she knew what the fuck she was doing. Hold on, y'all. Let me trying to send this shit to Ladybird. What is this girl number at? Oh, okay. I ain't got time for Ladybird shit. Ladybird's so full of shit. Yeah, but it sounding like the motherfucking prosecution. She wanted to defend Cassie and everybody on the motherfucking internet. Look, at 22, she don't know shit. Ladybird, don't. Ladybird, I sent you the link. Chris, y'all can hear me, right? I was trying to send, because I want to hear that side, right? What Ladybird's talking about, because when people are saying this manipulation thing, like I'm not getting that. Like I knew exactly what the fuck I was doing at 19. I just thought I was grown. I thought I could make my own decision. I thought I was smart. So when y'all say this, that so Ladybird, when y'all say this, right? Because let me make sure where the fuck is this shit at? Okay, cool. How the fuck? I didn't hit the wrong thing. Okay, cool. All right, Ladybird, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I can. I was about to say I couldn't hear you. No, so when you saying at 22 you don't know shit, that's like your daughter. You think your daughter, right, at that age, right, or my son at the age that they think they got it all figured out. We just know they don't,
Right.
but they know exactly what they're doing. So this is why I say that's confusing when people say he groomed her. Explain that.
Well, when I'm saying like at 22 she didn't know anything, I'm basically saying it from a perspective like you just described. Like yes, at 22 they're gonna make their own decision. They're gonna do what they want to do. I'm grown, blah blah blah. And that's when I have my I told your ass so moments. If you come to me at 22 years old and say, look, I want to do this, this, and this, and I tell you the reasons why I don't think that's a good idea to do or you shouldn't do it, and you do it anyway, and then you find out, damn, she was right. That should tell you right there at 22, you don't know shit. That's all I'm saying. I feel like at 22 years old, she probably, once she realized what she was putting herself in, once she realized it was wrong and she shouldn't have been doing it, she probably got to a point where it was too late. Who knows the manipulation that he could have said to her? I'm not passing it off as, oh well, she didn't have a wrong in it. She has absolutely a wrong in it, and her accountability needs to be held. But at the same time, you got to think of, I guess because I've been in a situation dealing with a man over 14, like 14 years older than me. So I get it, being that young, how things can happen when you're thinking and when you're being told certain things, how in your mind at a 22-year-old, you're going to be thinking, well, I'm grown, I know what I'm doing, I got this. When the reality is, you getting handled so smooth, you don't even realize it until it's either too late, where you in a situation you can't leave from, or you finally really do decide, okay, yeah, this is enough. Like, you see, she went through how many years dealing with it with him, and it took her how many years to say, all right, I'm really finna get away from this now. She might have liked it in that moment, but again, didn't they say she was being drugged and a whole lot of other stuff too?
But
That
see,
definitely, and I'm just that can clog your judgment. You thinking you making sound and good decisions, but when you got alcohol and drugs and all different things in the play, that don't help the situation, no matter how much consent you give to it. Not saying she was wrong or he was wrong. They both was wrong. They both nasty as hell, and I still can't believe half of this stuff I'm hearing. It's just that
yeah,
for
okay, yeah.
me,
I'm
I
about to
could
send it to
see
you,
it.
T Banks. I'm
I
about to
could
send it to
see
you
it
right now,
from a
T Banks. Thank
certain.
you, T Banks.
I could see it from a different perspective because I've dealt with an older man trying to manipulate me. I just had enough people around me to really say, girl, what the hell is you doing? Like, no, 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 no. Walk the hell away. I had enough people around me. The people around her was so, this is a man with money. I hate to say it, but hell, she could have been just dealing with it and doing all this because she want to have this fame and she want to have this money. Money is the root of all this shit, honestly. It really is. I get the part of her saying how she felt victimized, but in the end, you still was looking at what you was gonna get out of it in return. So
I,
it's so much. It's a lot. I see it from all sides. That's the crazy part. I see it from your perspective. I see it from mine. I see it from what Crystal said. I see everybody's perspective. It's just crazy.
I
I
mean,
just feel
but
like this shouldn't even be a court case. This is about sex. This shouldn't even be in court right now. This should not even be a thing right now.
based off what you just said, it should be in court because it's like you're contradicting yourself now. But I heard
No,
what you just said.
I don't
But go
feel
ahead, T
like it
Banks.
should be in court because I ain't heard, like you said yesterday and we was talking. I ain't heard nothing about no racketeering, no I ain't heard none of that. All I'm hearing is about pee and freak offs. That's sex.
But see, that's where, I mean, the certain things you're paying attention to, because of the simple fact, when he's sitting back here and they said that Cassie orchestrated individuals being flown out to Miami, LA, to be a part of these freak offs, that's where the sex trafficking is going to fall under. Like that's where it is. And she came out and she said that on the stand.
Okay, so okay, I want you, you can. This is the crazy part. It's easy for me to tell a man to put themselves in a woman's shoes when the reality is you a man. So you ain't gonna ever be able to really do that. Here's the thing. When you're dealing with a man that has the manipulation and the tactics over you, they make you feel like you're in charge by giving you the task to do certain things. You as a female not realizing this dude is really setting it up so when some shit hit the fan, you are taking a downfall and not him, because he could easily say, well, I ain't have shit to do with that. She did all that. She organized this. She organized that. That is what they do. That's how, man, pimps do this shit every damn day. You won't even know who a whole pimp is because the way he done set that shit up, she gonna take the downfall every single time. She now as a grown woman, she should have knew right from wrong. But
And
again, when you
but
throw
that's the point.
money in there, oh, go ahead and set this up. I'm gonna make sure you get your cut. You do this, this, and this. You get your cut. Money is gonna make you do the wrong shit every time, and that's
But
why I
see,
say her accountability needs to be held because she knew she was doing a lot of wrong stuff and she shouldn't have been doing it. But that money made her do it.
but see, you can't sit back here and say, "Oh, the money made her do it," because, like she said, "Oh, she was an upcoming R&B artist. She was already making her own money." You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Good gracious. But at the end of the day, she was already making her own money. She wanted to live a particular lifestyle. Like I said earlier,
She was
Cassie
making her own money with what?
Cassie was already a freak. She wanted to let that
What
freak
was
out,
you say she was making
and
her own money? What was she making her own money doing?
because
Because
again, she
she
was an
had
upcoming artist. She
one
had
whole
tags out.
hit. She
Okay,
had
and
one whole
and
hit.
and MC Hammer had one hit. Come on now. She's still getting her money from that. And that's the whole point about it. Again, outside of the money and everything like that, she wanted to live a particular lifestyle. Diddy allowed her to live the
You
lifestyle
ain't
that
old
she
enough to
wanted.
know all MC Hammer hits.
Okay,
Just
here
say
we
that.
go.
Just
Here
say
we go. All right,
that.
here we go.
Not
Now
you
you want
go.
to
How you
troll.
gonna throw
Now you
MC
want to
Hammer under the
troll.
bus like that?
Now you want to troll. Nah, I know we gonna get to it. Because at the end of the day, their relationship started when she was 22. At that point in time,
Exactly,
okay,
thinker.
okay, and with their relationship starting
T
at the
Banks,
age
we're gonna have to
of
do a
22.
class and training to
Okay, here
teach
we
you
go.
how to wrap it up
Oh,
faster.
nah,
Cause
here we nah.
boy, you be so long winded,
Oh
it's
yeah, because you
ridiculous.
always doing this shit. The whole time you was speaking, I was quiet, won't I? See, that's what I'm saying. When somebody get to speak and you don't agree with it, you want to open your mouth. Nah. She was 22 when she started dealing with this man. She knew, oh, wait, yeah, I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Getting pissed on and all that. She knew if she wanted to do it or not, and she continued it for how many years? For how long? But now all of a sudden, because you're not getting what you want, now you want to go ahead and throw this lawsuit out? Come on
But
now. Pay
that's the
attention to
same
what's
thing
really
I
going
just
on.
said. Money. She was doing it because she was getting the money to do it. He was paying her and giving her money and
Thank you,
giving her this
Krista.
lifestyle to do all of this stuff. So yeah, she was gonna do it because she wanted to keep the money going and keep the lifestyle. You said the same thing
There
I
it is.
just said.
But you just said it. She wanted to keep it going. That's the whole thing.
Exactly, for
This is
the
where
money.
oh no, it don't matter whether it's for the money or not.
It does.
But again, because
If
she
she
wasn't
wasn't getting
getting,
no money, she wasn't gonna do it. And what happened?
and
Her
man, look,
ass
she was with
got
Michael
drugged.
B.
She
Jordan,
tried to walk
she
away.
was with Drake, she was with all these other dudes who clearly was giving her money, but she still kept running back to Diddy. Make it make
We don't
sense.
know if they was giving her money. Maybe they weren't doing
Okay,
what Diddy
okay.
was doing for her. Diddy
You're right,
probably
they won't
said, you know
supply free
what?
calls.
No,
They was
listen,
not
no.
supplying free calls.
See, you don't get it because you're not a female. This
Okay.
is what
Okay.
females deal with, but y'all men really don't. So you telling me just in what you saying that men really don't get a lot of the stuff that females go through. Because guess what? You that what that's Coco Jones got a song out right now. Here we go.
What you
What she
mean we don't
said.
get it, Lady Bird? What you mean by that?
No, because you. I'm not saying you, Freddie, because I believe at some point you do get things. I'm talking about this dude here. No, the thing is,
But
a
again,
woman can
just to
literally
put it in the
move
chat.
on with another dude. A woman can move on with another dude, like he said, Drake or whoever. And the man who don't want her to move on, it will do any and everything and manipulate the situation
And
to
so will
make
a
her.
woman.
You see,
A
she was
woman
with Kid
and a
Cudi,
woman to
and
do the
what
same
Diddy did?
and the
Diddy blew
woman to do
that
the
nigga
same damn
car
thing.
up. She
Man,
was with.
stop.
Listen, she was with Kid Cudi. Moved the fuck on, and Diddy found out and blew this nigga car up because of
Allegedly.
Cassie, because he was not letting her go. So that's what I'm saying.
And women will do the same thing. She's sitting back
But
here.
you're trying
She
to
did
make it
hold on,
seem
wait, no, no, no,
like
no. We ain't
she
trying to
was
make it
just
seem like
like,
nothing.
nah,
You sit here, you're saying because we
nah.
are men, we do not understand. Pause that. Because let me tell you,
Exactly, Thinker. Exactly.
you leave a woman, she upset about you leaving her, and
Nah,
she know the female that you with. Oh, she
nah.
can't
Long
just
as
turn
I know
around.
that
She's
it's some
stalking
people
the
out here that
girl.
get what
She's
I'm
doing all
saying,
that.
I'm
So
cool.
what are you
T
talking
Banks
about?
ain't gonna ever get it.
Stalking your girlfriend.
Man,
You
like,
ain't
Can
gonna
I ask
ever
y'all?
get
Hold on,
it.
can I ask both of y'all a question, right?
what's up?
Okay, but no, because I like what you and Lady Bird is doing, right? It's two different perspectives, right? Some people they're going to, most women they're going to agree with what Lady Bird is talking about, right? But then T Banks, I see what you're trying to convey. That's why I say I'm gonna ask both of y'all a question, right? And it's a great point somebody brought up yesterday, Lady Bird, and I'm mainly asking you, but I know T Banks gonna respond to this. What about a woman, right? Because you brought up the Kid Cudi situation, right? She went to Kid Cudi. She told Kid Cudi she wasn't fucking with Puff no more. And she was telling Puff she wasn't fucking with Kid Cudi. There's women who manipulate the whole situation when it comes to these men. That's what happened. If you look at the transcript, that's what that was about. So my question would be, Lady Bird, is it some women, right, at that position or that point to where they be manipulating the men, and then now you're assuming, well, damn, I don't even want to say that. But you get what I'm trying to ask you, T
Oh
Banks?
no, I get the
Because at what
question.
point because my thing is, at what point, Lady Bird, do we say, damn, Cassie really was manipulating all these men? Because you got to
That
think about it. He slapped Drake. I'm giving y'all, this is true information.
Yeah,
Lady
yeah.
Bird, this is not made up.
Oh, I know.
Puff, Puff blew up Kid Cudi's car. Puff slapped the shit out of Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Both situation was behind Cassie.
Behind
But
Cassie.
but she was telling them she wasn't fucking with Puff. That's why
Mm-hmm.
Puff and Drake, they stopped the beef. He was like, what? She told you what? So Puff left it alone and left her alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like him and Drake was really beefing. So the point, what I'm saying,
Right.
T-Banks, if you understand what I'm saying, at what point do we say, damn, Cassie really manipulated the shit out of Puff, Drake, and motherfucking Kid Cudi?
and
That's all I'm
that's
asking.
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh no,
Because
she wrong as hell for that. But can I say this? Let me say this. So, based on what you just said, can we at some kind of way agree that that is how stuff happens where it becomes you becoming a victim, and then now you turn around and now you become the manipulator? Because that's what it
ooh,
sounds
Lady
like.
Bird, good. T-Banks, she good. I'm on mute. Ooh,
That's
Lady
what
Bird,
it
good.
sounds like.
now
Lady
you
Bird,
know
I
what?
agree with that, but
Hey,
she's good. That was a good defense. That was a good response to that.
it
Lady
was.
Bird, I would agree with that 100%.
Because that's
And
what it sounds like. You got to understand. Some people go through shit like that, and it becomes their normal. So they don't realize they turn around and become the same thing that that happened to them.
I can agree with that
But
because hurt people
hold on,
hurt people.
T-Banks. T-Banks, I'm gonna let you go, right? Because next on you. But T-Banks, I'm just add this one key point. Even though Lady Bird that's a good comeback, but T-Banks, what Lady Bird is leaving out, when you then left a person multiple times, you had your way out. So at that point, I can't give you no pass to say, well, shit, if we broke up multiple different times and you kept going back to this dude after all the things he was doing to you and you kept coming back, at what point do we say, yeah, she became the master manipulator because she wanted that lifestyle? Go ahead, T-Banks.
No, and that's what it is. And yes, I mean, we could sit back here and we could say that, okay, after so many years, Cassie picked up on Diddy's ways and she started manipulating. But at the end of the day, if that's what it is, and that's what it is, so there should be no reason for the trial, period. Because she was doing the same shit. She's sitting here, she's fucking with his career, with the artists that he has possibilities of dealing with and becoming bigger off of Drake, Kid Cudi, whoever else. You see what I'm saying? But because she's not getting what she wants, because she's not getting those free calls, because she's not getting Diddy's time, because she's not getting X, Y, and Z, now she's gonna flip this shit and play this whole Me Too movement and play the victim to say, oh, this is what was going on with me, and it was so horrible. But behind the scenes, she was the one manipulating the shit all. It's that simple. That's why this whole shit with Cassie, no. When you sit back here and you get on the stand and you say, yes, I wanted this shit, I asked for it.
Hey, go outside.
I was sitting here
But
and I was doing this and doing that. Come on now. You can't sit back here and say, oh, Diddy was this horrible individual, this, that, and the third. No, you have to hold this woman accountable for her actions.
can I add something really quickly on that point you just said? I don't want it to go too far ahead. That's the only reason I cut in just
Go
to.
ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So that part you just said, because I did hear that the other day. Was that yesterday when she was saying, oh, what they was talking about the text messages. So when I heard that, a red flag went up for me, because let me tell you something. I get how that text message came out. I get how that exchange was. There are moments and situations in relationships, in sexships, situationships, all that, when a man could tell me, I want you to talk to me. When you text me, I want you to talk like this. I want you to be like this. I'm daddy and I ain't nothing else. Or like, so when I heard them text messages, I cringed. I really cringed, because my ass could be in court right now, because somebody could literally take some text messages and probably say, oh yeah, she wanted that because she said in this text message. No, you wanted me to text you in that manner, so we had the text exchange. You wanted me to say, oh, I miss you. You ready? Yeah, daddy, I'm ready to see you. I missed the freak offs. I missed it. Like, it's so, that's why I say, all of this whole court case is so much about sex that it shouldn't even be happening, because this is normal shit that any one of us could be on this trial right now for this weird ass shit. Like, it's crazy and I hate it.
And I can understand that. I can understand that completely. But when you sit back here and they say, oh, one of the text threads was 8 pages long, one of the text threads was 14 pages long, you got to understand that, guess what? He's not sitting beside her.
Shit, if you seen some of mine,
But hold on. But here's the
with
whole
Mr.
thing.
Wheelchair.
But again, you're not sitting right beside Mr. Wheelchair, and Mr. Wheelchair is saying, text me this. You're doing it on your own whim.
Why I'm not?
You're doing it on your own
Lady
whim.
Bird, stop capping. Fake news.
Doing it
Look,
on your
look,
own
Michelle. Look
whim.
at God. Look at God using
No,
Michelle to pack up.
listen. No, let me tell you. Okay.
Michelle about to pack up.
No, listen. No, Freddie, listen, no cap. When I would go and visit this dude, he literally would be like, when I go into another room, I want you to text me like we ain't.
Did she go out? What happened?
Yeah, she went out.
Look at God. No, because Lady Bird pump faking, right? See, this is why Lady Bird, and I've been trying to tell you this for years. You personalize everything, right? Like, she'll associate every situation with her personal experiences.
Well, no, I'm
But this- hold on, Lady Bird,
personalized.
hold on.
Well, no,
'Cause you're
I
bringing
only
up- hold on.
personalize
Lady
it
Bird, listen to me.
because
Listen, I'm letting y'all rock out. But what I'm saying is this, Lady Bird, right? You're comparing his situation to your situation, which it's very clear. She stated on the stand, they're not even together when she was doing this. Right? So she would text him, she's ready for the freak offs. She will pop up. Ladyberg, did you not see
so
the,
I
hold on. Let me give the context, Ladyberg, then you can respond. The context, what she clearly stated after they came back from break yesterday, they're not even in a relationship. She would pop up where he was, if he was doing an event, and then she would basically tell him, I want another freak off. So Ladybird, that is not him manipulating her to say that. You was better with your first argument. Your first argument was by him, they doing all the freak off shit. And when they're not together, now she became that person.
Well, I'm only going based off of what y'all saying, because honestly,
I'm going on what she's saying in the courtroom on the stand.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't heard the whole thing. I only know.
That's why I'm giving you the context.
Yeah, I only saw a post saying screenshot, so I'm thinking this is when they're together. I'm not knowing this is when they broke up.
Ladybird, they brought up yesterday. It's multiple times. They're not even in a relationship.
See, I thought they was in a relationship doing this.
No, Ladybird. Okay, hold on. I forgot. I gotta speak to you very.
No. I get what
I'm saying. Is Ladybird, you know how somebody is on and off in a relationship? They was together for a decade, but they broke up multiple different times.
Yeah, I get that.
So the thing is, she was reaching out to him, popping up where he was, and she was like, "I'm ready for a freak off." No, not no stalking shit. When you back and forth in a relationship, you don't call that stalking, right? You call that just they was in both two toxic motherfuckers being toxic together. But at the same time, let's not remove the fact of the point is this, Ladybird, she was asking for it. So you saying she was the text message is manipulated and they're not. This is she hitting him up. T Banks, you get what I'm saying, right?
Okay, I didn't know that part. I thought this was them in a relationship. That's what I'm saying. I've only got bits and pieces of everything. I've been doing a lot of shit all week, so I haven't even sat down and got the full context of the whole. I just know whatever I hear you highlighting on and what I see people posting on social media.
But I'm telling you what's coming out of the courtroom. This
But
is
if
on the
she's
transcript.
but if
She's
she's
saying
doing
this.
it, if she doing it that way, then that's yeah, she. But again,
She needs to be held
but
accountable.
could that also still, yeah, she do need to hold her accountability and stand on 10 on that.
But I
But
don't even
could
think it's about holding her accountable. I think it's just like I said, it's fucked up for people hearing this case, right? And they taking this man versus woman side, right? If you're a
yeah.
woman, you're taking a woman's side. If you're a man, you're taking a man's side. That's what it's coming
Okay.
across, opposed to actually reading what T Banks.
Yeah.
These are her words on the stand. She's reading out loud her she would send him paragraphs.
Exactly.
Laterberg, they said paragraphs.
Right,
And if you
damn.
ever text somebody, you know what that means when people sending you books.
Right.
I call them little books, little paragraphs. So that's not him manipulating her to say this shit. She's doing this because they back and forth, they on and off during that 10-year whatever. Like just with that one thing alone, you went through 4. They said even the trainer, right? They said Drake, Kid Cudi, Drake, Kid Cudi,
Michael
the
B.
trainer
Jordan.
who became her husband, and it was somebody else. These are 4 different men, T Banks, that she started dating. What's the other dude? It's the actor dude, Michael B. Jordan. They got into it about Michael B. Jordan. Like all of this later, Bird. So she's going through these different men.
Right.
That means she telling the men one thing, but she steady running back to Puff.
So is that also in like an addiction too?
What's her
Can
addiction?
we can like
Wait a
can
minute, I
that
thought you was a
be
real freak, bro. Where's
no
Mara? Somebody ping Mara.
no, I'm
You a fake
saying
freak.
no, because no, I'm not a fake freak. There's a difference between being a freak and being a sex addict. There's two different things. There's two different
But that,
things. Because what it sounds like is once she got into this freak off lifestyle, it sounded like she got so much into it that she became addicted to doing the freak offs. That's what it sounds like.
or is it like, and that's a good point. Some people can view it that way. Or is it after experiencing something like that? And this is the position I take 1000%. I'm not changing my position on this, right? Once you've been through something like that, that's like, I'll give an example, right? T Banks, you probably agree with this. Let's say once a man start having threesomes with women, and this is what you've been experiencing for 5 straight years.
Oh shit.
Do you not know sleeping with one woman, it'll never be the same again, Laterberg?
That shit would be it ain't gonna be nothing.
Like,
It's gonna be boring to you.
It's gonna be boring. One woman, it's just gonna be boring.
Facts.
So that wouldn't make that person, right? This I forget what did Laterberg just say. Sex. No, that's just these freak offs. After that point, like they said, they hinted at in one of these messages, Laterberg, it got to the point to where this is what she wanted. Like she started, like she needed that freak off because that was her now fulfilling for sex.
Exactly.
Right. So that's an addiction part of it.
That's not an Laterberg. You gotta stop saying that.
Oh,
Okay, how's that an addiction? Laterberg, if a woman knows how to give a man and blow his roof off, you should know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about give him a good blow job. So once you experience something like a woman who knows how to give a good blow job, how can you get mad or say it's an addiction because I don't like women who don't know how to do it? That's not an addiction.
It's a preference.
It's a preference. Thank you, T Banks. So what
And-
is Laterberg talking about?
And her preference was multiple people,
Yes.
male or female, and whatever's going on. She wants it to be uncontrollable. What?
Thank you.
That's
Exactly. There we go, T Banks.
That's the pissing on motherfuckers. That's the
All that old shit.
yes. Do all this because it's uncontrollable, because this is what I want. I like this shit. It has become my new normal that, hey, I can't just go and sleep with one man. This is why she kept running back to Puff, because she might
Exactly.
sleep with Drake. Oh, no, that's not fulfilling. Let me go find Puff. She might be sleeping with Michael B. Jordan. That's not fulfilling. Let me go find Puff. That's what this comes down to the point to where she adopted a lifestyle that, guess what? These other men were not keeping up with. The only person who could keep up with her lifestyle and the way that she liked it was Puff, which is why she kept running back.
That's all we saying, Laterberg.
That's how that goes. If I'm sitting back here and I'm eating steak for 3 years straight, and then somebody try and bring me a Salisbury steak? Oh, hell no. That is not
Right.
that is not my preference. If you don't take that shit back over there and go and get me that goddamn tomahawk steak that I'm used to eating, you can't. Oh well, shit. If I want to, let me go get you a tomahawk steak then.
Wake it
That's
up, T-Bank.
go.
That's why I
That's
said she must be a fake freak, bro. Because how Lady Bird gonna say she's a freak, but then she has this standard. Remember when she kept saying, right? What Lady Bird been saying forever. Basically, a man have to do this and he got to be this in the bedroom. Otherwise, I just can't be with him. So is that an addiction? That's not an addiction for you, Lady Bird. That's a fucking preference.
That's all that is. That's your preference. And at the end
Because
of the day,
this is what got you going, right? Like some women, they want you to put it in every hole God made, right?
Mhm.
That's a preference. Cassie preference is what you said. What she said, she wanted out of control on the drugs and until she pass out. I said,
That's
what?
it. That right there. So it's not Diddy saying, I'm gonna give you this until you pass out, until you don't know what's going on. It's what she asked for.
Right.
It's what she
Because
asked for.
Banks, I didn't even know that. Like maybe you and I was trying to ask Jimmy White this shit yesterday, but maybe you can explain. I never knew somebody like that's never been my experience. T Banks, don't judge me. I'm green right here. I admit when I'm green. I never knew a person can do drugs, right? Because I don't smoke weed, right? But I never knew you could do drugs and do all of that shit until you pass out.
Yeah.
I said, I'm talking about high. Like, so motherfuckers really get high as fuck and be fucking and doing all this until they pass out, bro.
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, like that shit there, that is serious.
Bro, that is crazy to me. I was like, what?
The reason why I can say is because I used to do it. I used to be turned the fuck up. I
Getting
used to be
high as fuck and pass out?
Nigga, what? Give me a bottle, give me a couple blunts. Nigga, what? Nigga, we going in. This is how I did shit. This is how I used to run.
But bro, I mean, yeah, let me leave it on because I'm green to it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm green to it, but I'm also used to, yeah, you on your bottle, you doing what you doing, and you put her to sleep and make sure she have a thumb in her mouth by the time you done with her. You get what I'm saying? But not you so high on drugs to where everybody like, and the reason why I'm saying this, y'all, just to give y'all some context. The first male sex worker, right, or this guy that they allegedly stating that Puff had to pay $5 million for an NDA. He said that the reason why he got the $5 million is because he started being so scared for Cassie because she was passing out, getting so high, right? He thought through these freak offs, somebody might he thought either one of them might end up unalived. This is what he stated. T Banks, the dude, I'm talking about all this is what he stated, right? In the fucking what is the interrogation room or whatever the fuck, but basically in the deposition, he's stating that he was so scared he put a hidden camera in the room while they was doing the freak off because he was scared that one of them might become unalive on the drugs and just what they was experiencing. I said, what the fuck kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
Getting high as fuck and fucking into and doing freak offs until nigga you pass out the way you think a person might be unalived. That is crazy to me.
But again, this is where it goes back to that lifestyle. Like you said, that sex and rock and roll. That's what that lifestyle is. What? I got all the money to do everything that I want to do. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to get some X. I'm going to get some Molly. I'm going to get some cocaine. I'm going to get some weed. I'm going to get some liquor. And I'm going to have the time of my fucking life. That's what that equates to. You got some people who participate in it, and you got some people say, nah, that's not me. So in this situation, you got Cassie and Diddy. That's what the fuck they was about. Give me the Molly, give me the X, give me the liquor, give me the weed, give me everything. And we gonna turn all the way the fuck up. And that's pretty much what this case is about. Sex,
What?
drugs,
The freak
rock
off.
and roll.
That's it. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Because that's all it is. Jim White, what up, Jim White? He walked off. No, but that's correct, T-Man. That's how I feel. I feel like, man, this ain't nothing but at this point, this is nothing to do with no Rico, got nothing to do with no sex trafficking, got nothing to do with no motherfucking racketeering, got nothing to do with none of this shit.
But see,
and all the goddamn co-conspirators are victims. That's what they doing. Because if they, quick recap, in case you guys don't know, they're doing the defense is doing a cross-examination to Cassie and what's her name? Dawn Richardson from Danny the Kane. She was supposed to take the stand today, but I guess the government did say, well, the defense will have up until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to cross-examine Cassie for the rest of the day because she's due any day. I guess she's supposed to be earliest due is the weekend to have her baby. So the defense is wanting all day today to at least cross-examine her before she gets off the stand. And then Don Richardson and Aubrey O'Day, apparently they're saying that might be pushed back to Monday because it was supposed to happen today for Don and I guess Aubrey O'Day from Danny DeCane. She'll hit the stand next week. So that's what's happening today with the case on day 5. This Diddy shit. But go ahead.
I mean, that's that right there. I mean, I feel like that's really all this case is. And then the racketeering, the sex trafficking, they're just trying to tie that in because of the simple fact they had the ability to move and groove however they wanted to because of the lifestyle that they live. They getting all this money. They can travel, get and do whatever they want. This is why they can go to different states, go on Craigslist, pay $5,000 for a sex worker. What? Oh well, shit. You was good. You was good with us in Miami. We taking you to LA because we turn up even more in LA. That's all that is. But because of the I can't even think of the right word. But like basically because of that, they're going to say, oh, it's sex trafficking. Because of the context of, oh, that's sex trafficking. No.
Right.
Shit. Hey, what? You gonna put me on a plane and I can go party? Okay, bet. And I can get paid for it? Oh, that's what that is. But the term that they're using sex trafficking. They're using racketeering. They're using all these crazy ass motherfucking terminology to try and justify sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's all that's going on. Because if you think Diddy is the only one or the first one, you got it twisted.
Might as well. That's why I said, you might as well lock up the whole motherfucking music business, especially all the rappers.
There is no more music.
Yeah, it ain't no more music business, right?
It ain't. Because that's just like Polo said earlier. Bring Clive Davis, put him on the stand. You realize how long Clive Davis been doing this shit? Come on now.
And see, they definitely not gonna do that. Yeah, Polo, I forgot about Polo did say that because hell yeah, you put fucking because you got to think about it. You would have to blame all of them. That's the whole music business. This has been going on way before Puff Daddy was at Uptown Records in the early 90s. Like, do y'all not know that? Like a fly out now is considered what T Banks is talking about. Basically, now that's sex trafficking. That shit is crazy.
Right?
Like, what the fuck? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I like that, T Banks. But that's basically what it is. The case of goddamn is sex, drug, and rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Not no motherfucking Rico. We ain't heard one thing about no motherfucking Rico. And no sex trafficking, definitely not no kids. Remember now, they was putting all this shit out, T-Man. They was saying there was kids involved. Ain't no fucking kids involved. Did you see the Justin Bieber thing came out today and yesterday? Justin Bieber said that man ain't never touch him. See how they was lying to my Justin Bieber? See, that's why some of this news that be coming out and what people be fucking doing, these fake ass wannabe woke people, they just make up shit. Justin Bieber made it very clear, even his old manager, I don't know what the fuck him and Scooter Braun's into it about, but that's a whole nother fucking topic. But that man said this man ain't never did nothing to him.
Mm-hmm.
See that? And then Usher said the same shit. But now, where's all these woke motherfuckers talking about what Puff did to him as a kid and what he did to Usher as a kid?
That part.
That shit is crazy, bro. They just throwing shit on this man. And then, you know, I'm tying that back to, well, I ain't even gonna say it that way. But if y'all think Puff Daddy, what he's doing in this Cassie situation is fucked up, you might as well get rid of the whole entertainment business. I'm gonna just be honest.
Now not just the music, but the entertainment business. That means
entertainment business.
These actresses, everything.
Yes.
You need to get rid of politics and everything. Everybody got to go and get locked up.
Yep, you got to lock up everybody.
What? How many cases do we not know about to where you got senators and governors and all these other folks? They sitting here, they buying sex workers. And then, but yet they write your law.
But T Banks even addressed that though, right? Like, let's really get to that. How the fuck is this? Like, that's so fucking insane to me. And I'm gonna get to what Thinkers just said in the chat too, right? But that shit so insane to me, bro. Like buying sex workers. You know how many niggas buying pussy today?
Oh, what?
That means you might as well lock up half the world. Do y'all not know what the fuck is OnlyFans for? So that's sex workers, right?
Facts.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna lock a man up, then you gotta lock up. You might as well shut down OnlyFans. You might as well shut down Craigslist because that's where they was buying them at. You might as well shut down what is them porno sites.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck do y'all think OnlyFans is?
Yep.
Y'all think them people not linking up and hooking up in real life and getting some in real life? Y'all out your fucking mind. What is that? So that means you got to go lock up everybody on OnlyFans, right? T-Banks?
You got to lock up the entire porn industry.
Exactly. And then
I mean,
Thinker gonna say Puffy thought he could play the same game, but he realized he couldn't. Thinker, what it is right. We said, this case is very clear. It's about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But here's the thing. Yeah, what he's learning now, Thinker, is this. He should have never played with Ciroc. Going after that company. That's where he fucked up.
There it
We
is.
wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here having this conversation if he never played in the face of Ciroc. He thought he was bigger than them, and they showing his ass right now. You was never bigger than the program. And they make an example out of Puff to show Jay-Z, show Beyonce, show all of them, like they showed Prince, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly. They didn't show all of them. Don't ever think you're bigger than the program because we put you there.
Facts.
That's what's going on. See, but nobody wants to have that conversation, Thinker. All world. Nobody wants to have that conversation. Why do you think T-Banks just brought up even Clive Davis or whoever brought up Clive Davis? They're all going to show you we put you there. And at the moment you get out of line and disagree, T-Banks, this is what they do to you. Rip you up every fucking thing and put your ass behind bars.
Yep. We are going to discredit everything that you think you are and that you think you have because we gave it to you. They Indian giving. That's what they doing. They Indian giving. We gonna put you in a position to get X, Y, and Z. And then once you get it and you feel like, oh, you didn't got too big for your britches. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. We gonna knock you down a couple sizes to show you that no, we gave you those motherfucking britches. That's all that's going on.
Yep. Appreciate that, Krista, for the bits. But Polo, that's true too. You see what Polo said, right? He said Puff may not have done anything directly to Justin Bieber, but that video, all of that shit is suspect. That's my point. Like, if you behind the scenes, like just some of the shit you will see and some of the shit that takes place, all of it's weird, Polo. I mean, this is the reason why a lot of them entertainers be on drugs. Do you not know what the fuck you like? This is why all of them are drug addicts or on lean or on this. Man, it's a lot of weird shit that happened in that music business. It is with some of those younger artists, right? Even think about it. If you look at Britney Spears, if you look at Justin Bieber, if you look at Usher, think about it. These were kid artists, T-Banks.
Yep.
You got to remember, Usher was what, 16, 15, 16? Justin Bieber, he was a fucking kid. Britney Spears was a fucking kid, right? So if you think about it, why does all of them, well, and shout out to Usher for not, he got a good ass mother. His mother made sure, and Jermaine Dupri, they held him down to make sure he never ends up in that weirdo position. But he had his phase when he went through that stuff with old girl about the divorce and shit like that. But the point I'm making is, man, all of that shit is weird what they be going through. Go ahead, T-Banks. What Thinker said?
Yeah, it's like they say Puff took Bieber to the emergency room for a busted rectum. I wonder if they gathered that receipt from the past.
That's fake news. Whoever said that, I seen it on Twitter a while back. That's fake news. See, that's what I'm saying, Thinker. Some of this shit that they saying, a lot of that shit's not true. It's just speculation and people. That's them fake woke people. That's not true. A lot of that shit they sent, man. That'd be my problem, bro. Like a lot of that shit is just I'll be like, bro, where do they be gathering this information?
And then you ready? You ready? Because like you said, you brought up Usher, you brought up Bieber, and you brought up Britney Spears. Now you got to understand, when you're coming in as a child star, okay? Oh no, you can't go to that party. You can't do that. You can't do that. Why? Because they're keeping you in a child's place. But that moment that you turn 18, you gonna say, I'm grown. I can do what I want now, and you gonna run straight to it. Why? Because you've low-key been exposed to it because you are a child star. You've heard about this, you've heard about that. You've got other people around you that's older that have actually been to these events. Oh, it's off the chain. Oh, I know once you turn 18, you're going to love it there. So guess what? Now they get into this situation like a Bieber. They got this video of Bieber on the dance floor with them and everybody don't know what the hell going on. But because this is what Bieber, hey, shit, I want to do this shit. Fuck it. I'm in this arena now. I have to fight with the gladiators. I gotta let them know I can stand in place with the gladiators. That's how all that shit falls out. That's how all that shit falls out. So now that you're in this ring with the gladiators, Now you got to fight this gladiator fight. Oh, everybody want to be a gangster till it's time to be a gangster.
It's time to be a gangster.
And that's
Talk
what
your
that's what
shit.
this entire situation and lifestyle is. This is why a lot of parents, yes, they have kids who are talented as a motherfucker, but they say, no, you will not jump into that industry. Why? Because their parents got common sense enough to understand what goes on, not when the cameras are rolling, but behind the scenes. Because
Yep.
that's what that lifestyle involves: sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But now we're here. And Cassie's sitting here trying to make it seem like, oh, she was forced into this and was made to do that. And Diddy's sitting here, he's fighting for his motherfucking life. Now you got his motherfucking band goddamn coming up saying, oh no, they gonna come in. Oh, he did this to us while we was at rehearsal. He did whoop, 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 man. This is what's going on. But this is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what it is. The fuck? Everybody want to be gangster till it's time to be gangster. That's what this equates to. Everybody want to live this lifestyle. Oh, I want to be over here. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then once you get into it and then you start thinking about it later on, you like, oh shit, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Damn, that won't right. Well, shit, he got a whole bunch of money. Let me sue him. But you chose it in the first place. But now
It's
you have
definitely a money
buyer's
grab.
remorse.
Definitely a money grab.
Yeah, that's all it is buyer's remorse. It's buyer's remorse. You
I
go
swear.
and it's buyer's remorse. You go and you buy that brand new Ferrari, right? And you riding around in that Ferrari, and then a week later, that shit hits you. Damn, I can't really afford this motherfucking Ferrari. Oh shit. Now what the fuck am I gonna do? I gotta find a way to get this motherfucker off and get my money back. Well, fuck it, I'm a sue Ferrari. Cause they didn't tell me that this Ferrari was made like this and not like that. What? That's what's going on right now. Buyer's remorse.
You got a buyer's remorse.
Because they sitting back and they think about this shit and they like, yo, damn, that shit was really fucked up at that time. Oh, no, nope.
Yep.
I'm going against that. I didn't want it. It was forced on me. Man, bullshit. Bullshit. But hey, this is the world we in now. This is the after effect of the Me Too movement. This is the after effect of DEI.
Oh, wake that shit up.
This is the after effect of LGBTQ. This is the blowback for all of that.
Whole feminist shit going on.
What was going on? Ain't nothing that ain't still going on right now. I can guarantee you, at some place in the world, somebody got a freak off going on right now. I can
Had
guarantee.
it going last night. Had it going last night.
On this side of the world. It's daylight over here. What you think going on the other side of the world? In Dubai, in China, in Japan, in motherfucking Korea. What? This shit's still going on today, but yet you want to try and prosecute this man for motherfuckers being human? Deciding, hey, I want to participate in this particular function.
No, Lady Bird, you was acting like Lady Bird. You on Cassie's side. I know what side you on. That shit you brought up today.
No, I don't think he need to go to jail.
You said he manipulated that girl. You said he manipulated that girl.
I see. Yeah, I feel like she was manipulated in some ways and stuff, but that don't mean put him in jail. That's just like hell. If you allow somebody to manipulate you, then I don't know, but not lock them up for it.
Right, because she already got the 20 million.
Yeah,
it's like, at this
it ain't
point,
a
what
crime.
the fuck?
It's
But
like they still trying to put him on trial for that lawsuit. You see, that what it's, yeah. She already got that money. What we here for? Why is she, I get she pregnant, she about to have her baby in a day or whatever. But can we move on to whatever the real reason y'all want to put this man in jail for? I feel like now they just want to embarrass him.
Freddie B said it though. The reason why they want to have this man locked up, and yes, they do want to embarrass him and discredit everything he did and does, is because of the simple fact he sat back and he played in Ciroc face the way he did. That's part of the machine. That's that alcohol side of the machine. Wait a second. Oh, you think you gonna do this? Oh, well, we gonna show you better than we can tell you. And that's where all this shit is.
Yeah. Oh, I been said he was a scapegoat. He been a scapegoat. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But ain't nobody gonna talk about that. That's the side that nobody will ever bring up. All it is, they're focusing on, oh, Diddy, he was a freak and he made people do this. He was buying sex workers, woo, 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 woo. but they're not going to actually look at the actual side of why everything is happening the way it is. We bring up Bill Cosby. He was about to buy out an entire fucking television station. They said, nope, we getting you the fuck up out of here. R. Kelly was I forgot what R. Kelly was about to do. They said, nope, we got to get you up out of here.
And you see who they going after now. You see who next,
Exactly.
Who?
right? Smokey Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I seen that. Shit, Wayne
Yeah.
too. You ain't see what happened to Wayne?
Oh yeah, and Wayne with
Wayne,
that chick
Smokey
talking about
Robinson.
yeah.
And
When I
I'm
heard that
just-
shit about Smokey Robinson, I said, what the fuck they trying to put on him? I
Man,
seen
they
it.
won't listen. That man making so much money off of all the stuff he did for Motown. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Here's the bottom line about it. These individuals that they putting up on these platforms and they trying to tear them down, they understand how much influence they have. They understand how much influence each one of these individuals has. So guess what? We have to find a way to discredit and put all of them down so that way their influence does not spread like a wildfire. That's what hip hop is. That's what black magic is. It's something that spreads like a fucking wildfire, and once it catches, there's no putting it out. And they understand that. Now they're saying, okay, these are the individuals that are at the top. Okay, well, we can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, so we can push them off to the side. But oh shit, Diddy? Oh, this motherfucker, he's stepping sideways. And then if Diddy actually comes out and begins to tell the truth about all of this shit that goes on in the background, do you not understand what that does to their pockets? Diddy came out, vote or die. That was the biggest turnout. That was the biggest voter turnout for pretty much young black folks, period. When he came out with that vote or die campaign, that's when they understood, oh shit, he has one hell of an influence. It wasn't about his money, about nothing else. It was about his influence. And if you can sit back here and you can shift the influence from the status quo, at that point in time, you're a threat. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, motherfucking all these other major motherfucking artists. Michael Jackson. Are you serious? Michael Jackson. He was about to buy Sony. The fuck?
Man, that was like one of the first examples. They should have been woke in to see that.
Exactly. So once they see that these individuals have that influence, they're going to cut the head off the snake. Why? Because that's going to put such a huge dent in a pocket. The same shit Freddie B brought up before all the motherfucking streaming networks. You had moguls who were about to go out here and set up their own shit in the black community, and Jay-Z motherfucking snitched on them. That under the motherfucking bus.
That's
Why?
a
Because
fact. The
they
first distribution
control they-
black company. The first
They
black distribution
Yeah,
company.
Crystal. He on it. He on his T. Jones this morning.
They can sit back here, they control Jay-Z, they control Beyonce. But you have certain individuals that they can only control to a certain degree. And once they realize, oh, they've hit that degree of control, now we
What
because
happened?
if we this snake gonna get big enough to
Okay.
motherfucking all of our asses. But hey, I digress. I ain't got my shirt on backwards. I'm about to put your shirt on backwards. Oh shit. Oh,
Khadijah.
let me mute up. Hold on.
Look. She said, why your shirt on backwards? Boy, not you like them little kids can't put your clothes on the right way.
Don't worry about why my shirt on backwards. Worry about why your shirt on backwards. Hello.
Now she put him to sleep. She done casted him.
Hey, nah, ain't no cat. Nah.
We gonna find out. She done casted you, huh? Not Khadijah casted him.
Look, she roofing me, my nigga. She roofing me. She put some in my drink, nigga. She
She
hit me with
grooming. She over there grooming
Right.
him, lady bird. We let us find
Man,
out.
because I
She
heard in
grooming
the
him.
background early. I said, oh, shoot. I hear.
He
Shit.
getting groomed.
That I'm getting groomed. That's why I work. Shit.
Shoot.
But let me see what they talking about right quick. Hold on. But yeah, y'all gotta pay attention. But Boy, what's coming out that courtroom is crazy.
After that prosecution case, which was presented with surgical precision, step by step, milestone by milestone in their relationship, to sow some doubt in their mind about the fact that she was a victim and to show that she was a willing participant in this. And a lot of talk today about this drug use, which was rampant. She was asked, would you consider Diddy a high functioning drug addict? And she said yes, because the other thing that's incredible is that while he's at the height of his career, his business, his basically building his empire at this point early on in those first 5 years of their relationship, doing all these drugs, all these freak offs, and yet he's still running these multi-million-dollar businesses and becoming the billionaire that ended up on the Forbes billionaires list. So it was very fascinating. And at times the jury looked bored, though, because the defense was, after coming after the prosecution, which was basically like rapid fire by the script and everything planned out, there was a lot of lag time. Some of the jurors looked as if they were getting a little bit bored with it, but we'll see where it's all going, and that's not quite clear yet. But we think it's definitely according to the defense's plan that they outlined early on in the pre-trial hearings, where they were going to insist domestic violence, not sex trafficking, and we'll see which side eventually the jury decides on. Andy?
Yeah, there is mounting evidence, and this is just really the beginning, the first week of it expected to be 8-week trial. Let's get into the text messages, because like you mentioned, those are so very interesting. And
see, Lady Bird, that's what you didn't pay
text
attention to,
from
them
Cassie
fucking
to
text
Diddy that
messages.
said, quote, "I'm always ready to freak off," relating to some of these sexual escapades there taking place between the two. And it also, Cassie appeared to be upset that they took some of these.
See, Lady Bird, that would be my question to you, right? That's what I'm always ready for the freak offs. How do you explain that? Lady Bird? Hello? Oh, now she can't talk. This is crazy.
My bad. No, I'm pulling
How
up to get my oil change.
Oh, okay. But what I'm saying is, like what he just said, right? This is Cassie's word, verbatim. I'm always ready for the freak offs. Like, how do you, like, what does that entail? Does that mean, because what did they say, coercion or whatever the case may be? They were saying like she was trying to, like Puff was trying to force her into these freak offs and shit like that. So if she was initiating and stating when we doing the freak offs and all this old kind of shit, what does that say about the situation? Anybody want to address that? Because it's like T-Banks, I was hearing so many people just like, oh yeah, he made her do it. And now in her own words, and she's reading this out loud in the courtroom, this is what she's stating. That she's always ready for the freak offs. This is what she wanted. She was going out and she was doing it sometimes on her own. And what's so crazy is, and I try to point out, also Allworld said that's grooming. But here's the thing, right? Everybody wants to focus on, he would watch other men sleep with her. Allworld, right? Allworld. Why is nobody focusing on this? This was in the transcript as well. She stated it's been multiple times she will watch Puff sleep with other women. That was their freak offs. But everybody wants to just stop it at, damn, that's crazy. He will watch other men sleep with her. But you know how many times they said it was many a times that she would watch him have sex with other women. Like, that's crazy. To me, that's like a even freak off that's going on, but nobody wants to talk about that part.
I said it once and I say it again. This is the blowback of that Me Too movement. You have a woman sitting back here who's claiming and it's made to look like, oh, she was forced into this and forced into that. That's why everything is being looked at the way that it is. Like you said, yes, she would sit back and watch Diddy have sex with other women. Oh shit, hold on. Wait a second. How does that work? It's a mutual exchange. That's this whole shit, this entire situation, it was a mutual exchange. There was no coercion.
But why Allworld keeps, I mean, not Allworld, I don't want to put it on Allworld because that is what people are saying. I'm asking you, T-Banks, and probably you'll explain it, or Ladyberg or whoever. Why do they keep considering this grooming? Because of her age? Like, number one, define grooming. I want somebody to tell me in 2025, right? And the only reason why I'm having to ask is because when we go back 5 years, people wasn't even using that word grooming. Not to the effect that how they're using it today. right? Like how they didn't switch this whole, who getting flued out to now that's sex trafficking, flying women out to have sex with them. That's sex trafficking now. So I'm asking, what is this grooming? What does that mean today? Because if that's the case, like I said, T-Bank, no, let me just answer the question. What the fuck would groom? How was that grooming?
And see, and that's the whole thing. I think the grooming, it doesn't apply to anyone who is of age. That is, I feel like grooming is if you have somebody who's their mind you can mold to the point to where you have them doing and engaging in activities that ain't nowhere in the hell they should be. You can only do that with someone who does not have a mindset about them just yet. That's,
You see what Chris just put in the chat, right? See, that's what I've always thought grooming was. Sexual grooming is the action or behavior used to establish an emotional connection with a vulnerable person, generally a minor under the age of consent. So we're talking somebody 17, right? Because in some states, 17 is legal. But I'm just gonna go with the standard. Fuck what these states are saying. That's like grooming a 17-year-old and younger. That would be grooming. They said she was what, 22? They met at 19 or something. So 22, is that technically grooming? Not to me.
No, because she's of age. She's not vulnerable. Well, I'm not gonna say she's not vulnerable. Let me rephrase.
Because you know they use him because they did ask that in court too, about because he's 10 years older than her.
But
so
the
that's
whole
what
thing
that's what they're trying to say. That's grooming because he's 10 years older than her. Well, then Drea, hold on, T-Banks. That means Drea and a bunch of these older women, because you got Drea 40-something years old. She's dating a boy her son age, 24 or 23. So what, she grooming? But he's 23, 24 years old, and he plays professional sports? That's
and
not
they
grooming.
would consider that grooming. But see, that's the whole thing, though.
That's where they're changing and moving the goalposts, in my opinion.
Exactly.
That boy know what the fuck he doing. Go ahead.
Exactly. But again, like the definition says, it has to be a minor. That's when it's grooming. That's when it's grooming. And then we all understand a minor is someone who's under the age of 18. Okay? So with that being said, was this grooming? Absolutely not. This is why I said Cassie, she knew she was a freak and she wanted to let that freak out. Diddy was the one who allowed her to let her freak out. That's
no, T-Banks, I'll be fair. I'll say this now. Now I have to be fair based off what you just said, right? Here's where I get people can say it's grooming, but it's not. They need to use a different word, right? This is where you can say he was able to take a younger female that he's older than by 10 years and he turned her out.
Okay.
Like she's green as fuck at 22. Like, you know, you think you're grown, you think you know what sex really is at 22 or 20, 21, but then you get put in a situation where he didn't turn you into threesomes and he didn't turn you on to expensive drugs and ecstasy and mollies and champagne and fucking drinking and, you know, just that Diddy party lifestyle. Now you're turned the fuck out. I can go with that one. But did he groom her? No.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. That makes complete sense. Did he turn her out? Yes. Did he groom her? Absolutely not.
But because how many people do that? You know what I'm saying? That's like, boy, you go sleep with, like, I can go out here with my old ass. I fuck around and go fuck a nasty super freak. She probably subject, she can turn me out. But am I say she groomed me? Fuck no. You went in there, you thought you was grown, and just because she down there 55, 56 years old, then turn around and then she rocked my world. T-Bank. Now I'm talking about, man, that old woman groomed me. How stupid that sounds.
Yeah, and look, and then as your homie, I'm gonna come back like, nigga, she ain't groomed your ass, nigga. She turned your ass fuck out. Fuck is you talking about?
She turned you out. That's exactly. That's why I say Ladybird not being fair, bro. Ladybird sitting up here talking all that shit, but she talking about she the banana woman. But if she go out here and sleep with a boy 25 years old and she hit his banana like she do with the bananas, did she groom him? No. She finna fuck that boy world up.
Now, look, you ready? Now he has a new preference.
Exactly. Now she done turned that boy out, and now this boy, that's all he want, and he want that all the time. Now he ain't finna deal with no other woman 25 years old.
No way. I'm going on mute, man.
I'm saying, but that's what that would be. Like, you know, that's
I
the
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So that's all
I
I'm
get it.
saying.
Absolutely. No,
That's
you're
why I be
right.
like, I look at some of them girls, I be like, what girl, 28, 30? Do you really want to do this? Like, cause if like T-Banks already like that's not fair. You understand what I'm saying, T-Banks?
Hell
Ain't
yeah.
no way I got no business out here sleeping with no 30-year-old
Man,
or
what?
28. Boy, I already know what that's gonna be. I'm finna fuck her life up, and all she gonna be doing out here is goddamn it, she ain't gonna be able to see straight
Nope.
after one night. She gonna
And
be
then,
in love and crazy. I don't
and
need
then
them
what's gonna
problems.
happen? And then what's gonna happen? Once she finally do decide to step away from you, guess what? She's going to be in search of a Freddie B for the rest of her life.
Rest of her life. Exactly. That's not fair.
And that's how that shit moves. So now guess what? Cassie got turned out by Diddy, and now she's hopping on all these other niggas trying to find another Diddy, but she can't.
But she
Why?
can't.
She always goes back.
Because boy, she need that. Because now I'll say it this way: sex is a high. Like Jim White, bring your bitch ass back to the goddamn camera, Jim White, if you can hear like him. Now imagine this: Jim White's a grown ass man, but see, he done ran into something, right? And I'm gonna trigger the fuck out of him. But guess what? She didn't turn him out so bad, Jim White can't see left or right, because he ain't never had it like that. He ain't never had it like that. I was trolling him yesterday. Look at this boy, looking like motherfucking you, talking to you. I'm saying,
who
Jim
done
White,
turned me out? Boy, ain't now motherfucker turn me
man,
out.
that girl done turned you out, boy. You don't
Boy,
know the left
stop,
from
boy.
right.
You finna make me wake some shit up, bitch.
White.
Stop trolling me, bitch. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna wake something up now. Don't troll me with that shit. I ain't in the mood to troll. I told you now, I'm on mute. But I ain't in the mood to troll. Ain't now, bitch, turn shit out. You got good people and you got bad people. You got demons, you got devils, and you got God's people. That is it. Boy,
Hey,
ain't
matter
nobody
of fact,
turning nothing
Kingpin,
out.
we
Boy,
we
thank
need
God
that.
I
Give
ain't
us a
with it.
Jimmy with a 211 can in his hand. Hey, Kingpin, that's what we need. We need a Jimmy emote with
Hey,
him
look,
drinking a
Jimmy said, ain't no
211.
sex demon and touch him. Ain't no sex demon and bit
Man,
up
Jim
on his
White
dick.
lying. That boy lying. T-Banks, and you believe him? He's lying
You
in
just
you.
trolling, bro. You just trolling. But I'm gonna
Jim
let you
White.
get your
So,
troll on.
okay, let me ask you
I'm not
something. Let
gonna
me
let
ask
you
you something,
trigger
Jim
me
White. Hold
because
on,
all I
hold
can
on.
think of,
Hold on.
I'm gonna be a
Watch
thinker
this.
right now. I'm gonna be a thinker right
Thinker
now
can't
because
help
I'm not
you.
gonna let you troll
What
me.
thinker can't save you? Thinking to
Because
me.
boy, and a
Hey,
bitch can't
hey,
save you, nigga. You can't troll me.
T-Banks.
I'm not T Banks.
I'm
You
not
can't
trolling you. I'm
manipulate
talking about
shit
something else,
around me.
Jim
You
White.
a damn bitch. Can't troll me with shit. I'm
That ain't
saying
what I'm
don't fuck
talking
with me
about.
because I'm
I'm
gonna
saying
go there. Because
T-Banks.
right
Ask
now, I
him
just
from
told
the
you now,
tours,
a
from
bunch
being
of other
on
shit that's
tour at a
going
young
on.
age, was he turned out?
Boy, I got some real street shit going on, bro. You can't
Well, I'm
trigger
not
me
talking
right
about
now.
that, Jimmy White.
Ask
I'm not
questions.
talking about that.
Don't troll me.
We talking about the Puff Daddy trial, Jimmy White. Stay focused, bro.
Yeah, but I'm
Always
not. Ain't
bringing
no
your
Diddy
personal
shit going
business
on
to
over here,
that.
bitch. I'm Dr.
Stop
Dre.
bringing your personal business to these apps.
No, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You stop bringing up my
Zoom,
personal life.
make him okay.
Stop bringing
You
up
want
my
to get
personal
okay,
life.
cool. I forgot. Yeah. What you call them? 4K Trey Jimmys?
Stop bringing up my personal life.
4K Jimmy. That
That's
ain't your
all I'm
personal
asking.
life, boy. You always talk about the music business. We was talking about the Puff Daddy trial. So all the
Man,
things
fuck
you
Puff Daddy.
experienced
Puff Daddy deserve what
from,
he get.
I'm
Diddy
saying at
deserve what the fuck
19,
he
Jimmy White.
get. This is my perspective on the Diddy shit. Diddy deserve what the fuck he get because Diddy ain't shit. He owe people publishing. All this is called karma. He did whole shit, fucked over
Wait, what?
people. If you a low down,
Oh,
dirty
here you go.
motherfucker and you took advantage of people, you stole people money, you got people money and people names, you ran off with everybody publishing, you karma's gonna get you. Mike, what Cat Williams told the truth. 2024 was the year of karma. Everybody facing a fucking karma. A lot of y'all going to jail because you ain't shit. You ain't telling the truth. You're lying. You're writing people's names down. You're doing shit in the courtroom. You're signing off on people's shit. You're taking people money. You're doing all kind of crooked
Wait,
shit.
what?
Karma's just here. That's it. Diddy getting what he deserved for is what he did to all his artists. Everybody fucked over people,
Okay,
became a
but can
billionaire,
I ask you a
fucked over
question?
black people. Now they're
Can I
using the
ask?
baby oil against him.
No,
Period.
I'm
The
saying,
freak off is a
okay.
freak off. He's doing a freak show, cool. But they gonna use anything. One thing about this system, the police department and the government, and right, and I stand on the truth and whatever, because I know this. If I do what's wrong, I'm gonna go hold up for mine and max out. Most of you bitch ass niggas and bitches is scared to go do your time, but you're scamming, you're fraudulent, doing things fraudulently. That's on you. So, but if you do the right thing and you know you did wrong, you stole somebody's shit, you took people's shit, you fucked over people, you backdoored them, you're lying, you're sleeping around, you doing this, you doing all this right here. When karma come get you, just face your shit, hold up for your shit, like my mama would say, bitch, hold up for your shit. Most people scared to hold up for their shit. Now you can troll, say all this old freak off freaky shit. Did he get what he deserved? And that goes, he's a great example for the black community, black culture, because he's at the top of the food chain. Any black person, it don't matter because you got $1 billion. They will break you down because everything you're doing is some motherfucking bullshit. And they're gonna get you. But as long as you do, now that's the other side of it, but this is the positive side because like Cat Williams said, there's God's side and we're witnessing Diddy shit and that's the other side. But when you're on God's side, you're doing what's right. You're not lying. You're not stealing from people. You're not fucking over people. You're doing what's right. And you're going to be all right as long as you tell the fucking truth. But if you're a lying ass, manipulating, backdoing, scheming, scamming, motherfucking fraudulent person, karma's going to knock at your fucking door and they're going to come and get you. What's that song for to be you and Sir Major used to play? Everybody going to jail. Look at all this shit, man. Everybody going to jail. Everybody going to jail. Everybody going to jail. Why? Because they did shit they had no business doing, and these people bringing up shit on them because they know they some crooked, slimy, grimy motherfuckers. You can't go out here fucking with people. I'm not fucking with nobody. Don't come fuck with me. But when you go out here fucking with people, lying on people, making up shit on people, fuck with other people saying, you go out what you doing, God is going to get you for that. Because you're not trying to go to heaven. You want your name written out the book of life. You want to go to hell. Fucking go to hell. Final Destination, Bloodline. Go watch the new movie, Final Destination, Bloodline. I got a premonition. You motherfuckers have epiphanies. I have a premonition. I can see the line and order of who's going to get plucked next. That's what the fuck is next. Final Destination. A lot of y'all hit
hood news with Jimmy White.
Man.
He's smoking this motherfucker smoking a 1,000 over there.
But it's the word of God.
That thing long, ain't it?
But it's the word of God, man. I'm speaking the motherfucking truth. I'm speaking the truth. That's why a lot of y'all can't accept the fucking truth because y'all too busy trolling. The truth of the matter is, your ass do right, you're gonna get the right thing, you'll get blessings. But when you do wrong, you out here fucking over people, robbing people, taking people's shit. God is gonna step in and fuck over you, and that's just what that is. And yeah, on Black Panthers. On the Black Panthers. On BTL.
Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Let's see what's going
Fuck you, man,
why you got shades on?
I don't
in
hear
the
nothing
house,
like no
bro?
demonic shit.
Appreciate that, Crystal, for the bits. We live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Freddie Roosevelt. All right, yo. Okay, so T-Banks, because my thing was, right, or Ladyberg, if y'all still there. Like, because I was asking a question about when y'all keep saying about this grooming shit. And I thought he would respond to that, but he never responded to it. Like, because can it be grooming? Like, when we was 19 years old doing what we was doing, like basically we was on the road or on tour for what, about 3 straight years? So people would have considered that we was being groomed. No, the fuck we was not. Like that entertainment business bullshit, right? It's a lot of shit you fucking do.
True, but there was probably some grooming involved indirectly.
What you mean?
I mean, you're not gonna necessarily most people who get groomed don't know they're being groomed or realize they're being groomed.
See, how do y'all, okay, to me, this is not grooming, right? Just because we was 19, 20 years old, had no business in Magic City. So we go in Magic City. I don't know shit about, I think I know what the fuck strip club is. You go in Magic City, you don't even know nothing about this well, I ain't gonna put that on record. But you find out, hey, shit, you can buy noonie. You can buy a blowjob. You can buy some noonie. So what? You get a lap dance and you get some, what?
And Lady
What's
Bird,
that, us being groomed? No.
Lady Bird, public, I want to say this. I love you. I respect you and your mama. I'm sorry. Don't take that personal. I was talking shit. We talk shit.
What is he talking about?
We here. That's it.
Oh, he talking about the
Mama
other
say
shit.
I love you.
Okay,
Oh,
I appreciate it. I got
And
you.
I don't apologize to nobody. I say what I see to you because I do mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank
But
you.
damn, not Jimmy White trying to be a man. I got that future too, just so you know I got a future. There you go, Jimmy White. That's called growing up. That's called being a man. See, that's called being a man, Jimmy White. Why you smoking on that Cadillac? That 1,000.
No, but I just want Lady Bird to know I fuck with her. We don't crash. That's why I said she gonna crash. I like that. But if you want to go to hell, we're gonna go to hell. I'm just like my brother. But I fuck with you. Just know that it's over with. I went far. I'm gonna go far, but you gonna go far too. But I like that about you. Crash.
And you got her, and you got her cussed out. And you got her cussed out.
We're not crashing. I'm saying
I'm cussing you out.
Lady Bird,
then she won't talk shit to me.
I'm saying, Lady Bird, I respect your mama. I respect you and your baby.
Wait, Chris Brown was named. Hold on, let's get to it.
I'm saying, Lady Bird. I'm talking to Lady Bird.
I got you, Jimmy. I got you.
All right.
When right now? Hold on.
Yeah, Chris, I said you didn't see it this morning, Chris Brown.
No.
Oh, his name got dropped.
They're bringing up Chris
In
Brown.
court?
Hey,
you know he got arrested in the UK.
All world. What? Academics back live.
Get you the latest. Okay.
Freddie, you saw he had got arrested in the UK.
I don't know if
Yeah, I seen that.
you looked at the chat. Hold on, wait a second. Wait a second. I don't know if you looked at the chat, but we have a prime example of grooming right here. Is Chris is put in the chat? I was 17 and my husband was 21. Was I groomed? Yes, you was a minor. You was
See,
a
that ain't no damn grooming, man.
That ain't no damn grooming. In states
Well,
right
my
now,
goddamn,
nigga, it's
they need to lock
16 to
up my daddy
17 years
then.
old.
My
Hold
daddy
up,
was
listen.
19 and my mama was 16.
At 16 years
Bullshit.
old, a woman is considered legal in the courtroom, in their courtrooms. 17 in most states, but it's 16 in some states. She is considered a grown woman at 16. That's state law. Just like they trying to lock Diddy up for being P-Valley when they got legalized same-sex
So
marriage.
then why you can't do all this other stuff at 16? You can't buy alcohol, you can't buy cigarettes.
Because that's liquor, you ain't got no business drinking and driving. That's on them. God
Oh,
didn't make
but
that.
you
Them.
could, but you
Them
could do
man-made
everything
law.
else. But
God
you
didn't
could do
do that. They
everything
did
else
that.
like adults. God.
United States of America did that. No, United States of America did that. Y'all go according to the United States of America government system. They did that. That's man-made shit. That's why it's written. Man-made laws. Them man-made created. Why I say drink? How the fuck can you get somebody locked up for drinking and driving when you got to drive to the store to get the liquor? What you expect? Then ban all the alcohol then. But they legalized it. Make it make sense. This is man-made shit. It's all one big contradiction of the United States of America government. This is why I'm not mad. Y'all know how I feel about Donald Trump. But why the fuck is Trump mad? Because he went and took a gift from the Muslims. He over there converting to Islam because he don't trust America. His own American people when it gets him. This is how this system is. It's one big fucked up system. The Democrats and Republicans. It's a divided house. It's all crooked, corrupted, and divided and divisive and fucking twisted. Make it make sense. She's 16. She's considered a grown woman at 16. You can move out your mama's house if you're a woman at 16 because you consider grown. And 17 in most states.
But you know what, Krista? If he had been older, then I probably would say yeah. But 17 to 21, I don't think that's too big of a
Let me
deal.
ask you a real question, Lady Bird. Who made that law that said the man is too old for the woman and the woman is too young for the man? Who made that law? Where's that law at?
I don't know.
It don't exist. It don't exist. That's the whole point. So it's speculation. It's hearsay. It's fucking naysay. It's not real. But it's legal, though, in black and white. In Congress, in the Constitution, in the law, that a woman is legally a woman at 16 years old.
So then why they keep locking all these innocent men up then?
Because who they locking up, though? They ain't locking who they locking up? Black
True.
people?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. There go your answer. True. There go your answer. How they gonna lock up Diddy for sex trafficking when these white people fucking sex trafficking black people through the whole slave trade? The whole thing was sex trafficking. But they never went to jail. This is what Malcolm X was taking the United States of American government to the world court for the biggest crime committed in American history, and nobody went to jail. What? For slavery, sex trafficking, because they was trafficking people from Africa to America, black people, right? Africans, and they trafficking them from one country to another continent to continent, and they never been to jail. So that means the whole United States of American government system needs to be charged with sex trafficking, African slaves, and raping black women. But they never went to jail. But only our people gonna go to jail for this shit. Epstein didn't go for this. Donald Trump ain't went for this. No white person has been to jail for this. But they reaping the benefits off the shit that they didn't do in this country. Make sense.
Wake that shit up, Jimmy. Cause that's a whole fact.
That might be too deep for him. Go ahead, T-Bane. Talk about it. You go ahead. One mic on you.
Nah, that's a whole fact. Okay, Epstein, he got locked up, but they knocked him off. He was never able to stay in trial. Giselle Maxwell, what? She's still locked up, ain't she?
Right. T-Bane, he got another bone to pick. Hugh Hefner was 78, 80, 90 damn years old, running the same sex trafficking ring, and it was legal in a Playboy mansion. He was 80-some years old, fucking 17, 18 years old. Never went to jail. And every freak off, you think Hugh Hefner wasn't having freak off parties? He was having the biggest freak off parties. Never went to jail.
That's that. Hey, look, now that right there, you didn't get no more freak offish than motherfucking Hugh Hefner. And that goddamn Playboy mansion. You had literally every celebrity who was a celebrity who would step into that damn mansion, male or female, and they was in there doing only God knows what.
And never got a charge for it.
Not one. Not one.
Well, it's cool when they do it, but it's fucked up when Diddy and the black people do it. Now, I get it. I respect this Diddy shit if they actually charge Diddy with a crime. Being a fucking freak is not a crime. He just freaky. But Hugh Hefner never went to jail for no freaky shit he did.
Not
It's
at
cool
all.
when they do it. But black people do it, you're going to jail. It's sex trafficking. Fuck out of here. Come on.
No, and look, Jimmy White, you ain't said shit wrong on that. You ain't said shit wrong on that because that's exactly how this
Hey,
shit out.
but listen, we're gonna. Can y'all able to see that? Hello.
What we looking at?
All right, so this inner city press, the shit academics and everybody. This is the only guy, right, that's in the courtroom that's bringing the information out, right? Everybody's depending upon him, so he's the only one because you can't have phones, you can't have video, none of this shit inside of a federal building during the case. But these are the tweets that's coming out. So they started an hour ago. This is day 5 of the United States versus Sean P. Diddy Combs. But here it go. We're gonna go through some. Okay, so the judge said, "All rise. Good morning. Y'all are still under oath. Miss Ventura Combs, you believe Mr. Combs was blacked out for the inner what? Continental event. I believe he was intoxicated. Everyone's definition is different. But you said blackout. What did you write here? Also, basically they're asking Cassie these different questions, right? When they first started. I wrote, when you get fucked up the wrong way, you meant by drugs and alcohol? She said, and alcohol. Here, Mr. Combs writes to you, I am so horny for you. U.S.A. Johnson, this is not in evidence. I guess they're trying to get rid of it. Damn, these damn messages keep going off. Throw me off. Okay, cool. I got that future. So I'm trying to find this where Chris Brown was brought up. Mr. Combs wrote, F Fridays. I don't even want to do that again. What did you write? I guess they asking Cassie these different questions about what she meant by these text messages. I wrote LOL true. Mr. Combs suspected you of having an affair with someone else in the industry. What happened when he took your phone? So they asking Cassie what happened when Puff took her phone. When we were in a car and he told me to call my mother. When I did, he grabbed my phone and took it. Damn, not Puff was taking her phone. It was a big fight. He was just gone for how long? A few hours until my mother called the police. Damn, not the mama called the police on it. Did Mr. Combs go through your phone? I think so. And he called someone on it. The person you had an affair with, NFL player, question mark. I don't know if he's playing anymore. So damn, that's the NFL player. I guess you was talking about all world. But he was an NFL player and he was jealous. Damn. Wasn't there a time he found out you were dancing with another person in the entertainment industry and took your phone, right? She said, Cassie says, I don't remember. Oh shit, it was Chris Brown. I was not dancing with him. Oh shit, now they did. They brought up Chris Brown and goddamn an NFL player. Hello. Oh shit, we're gonna get to it. Let's get to it. Look at this. It's from 2013. Now I see. What else did Mr. Combs take? My car, my passport when he was angry. Let's refresh you about Mr. Combs being in rehab. She said, I vaguely remember. Then it says, why did you go to Sedona or whatever that is? Sedona. I went to Arizona to get away from the drugs. I'm going to go to a new topic. Mr. Combs told you to get the video you heard about. What did you write? They asking her again, I guess. I'm going to a new topic. Mr. Combs told you to get the video you heard about. I wrote, this is Cassie. I wrote, you keep putting me down. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm going to play you some audio. Cassie saying, if you saw a video of someone basically fucking me, who was fucking me? You have it? Why don't you show me? Wait, what? Because I'm not disrespectful, brother. If you don't show me, I will, oh shit, unalive you, cut you up. Oh shit, still the audio played for the jury. Oh shit, this is an audio. Hold on. So I guess Cassie is on the audio saying, if you saw a video of someone fucking me, who was fucking me, you have it. Why didn't you show me? Because I'm not disrespectful, bro. If you don't show me, I will. Oh shit. Cassie said she's hold on. Cassie, this is Cassie.
Cassie said
Cassie is saying she will unalive him and cut him up.
Oh,
Still,
man.
this is the audio. Hold on. And then Cassie again on the recording that was played in the courtroom today. I will effing unalive you. I've never unalived anyone in my life. I am going to F you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you. What? Sujit, tell me. What the fuck? He must be misspelling. He must have meant to write Sean. That was you, right? This is what they're asking. Cassie, this was you, right? Yes. Did Mr. Combs express concern about these videos being released? Then Cassie says, when? Ever? Then Cassie said, yes. The escort, Jonathan, you thought he took a video. Then Cassie says, yes. So she thought the escort, Jonathan, had took a video. And then, okay, they saying Mr. Combs spent a lot of money to make sure the video did not get released. I don't know. You had a conversation with Jonathan Odie that was transcribed. I'm not sure. This is what Cassie said. I'm not sure. Then they say he was volatile. I didn't trust him. So basically, Cassie saying she didn't trust him. So she probably assuming, or she was thinking that I guess the sex worker had a video. What did Mr. Combs say when you told him you thought Mr. Odie was recording? He said he take care of it. Are you aware of an escort leaving comments on Mr. Combs' Instagram page? She said, I am not. That's what Cassie said. I am not. So now let's talk about rehab. Did you steal what? S-U-B? I don't even know what the fuck that word is. She said something like that. What does it treat? She said opioid addiction. Damn, now she was addicted to opioid. Objection. Overruled. You wrote a book in rehab. The place treats sexual compulsion. Damn, what the fuck that mean, chat? Boy, I'm green as a motherfucker. You wrote a book in rehab. The place treats sexual compulsion. What the fuck is sexual compulsion? Y'all got to tell me. Somebody got to put that in the chat.
That's like addiction. That's
Yeah,
an
Oh, that's crazy.
addiction.
So objection. Hold on. I'm trying to get through this. Hold on. Y'all just hold on. Objection. So the judge said sidebar. If you like and can support, yada yada, boom, boom, boom. We're not doing that. Appreciate you though for the information coming out of this goddamn courtroom. Okay, they're back. Combs, did you get neurofeedback therapy? Cassie says yes. What is it? They hook something up to your head and show you things, see how you react. Were you told the effects of it? Help me with my trauma. That's what Cassie said. Help me with my trauma. Did you participate in EMDR? She said yes. Cassie says yes. What does it do? Memories and processing them. The idea is you recall prior traumatic memories, like for PTSD, you were being treated for PTSD, right, Cassie? Cassie says yes. And then she says, I was still physically developing. You were 22. Cassie says, women keep developing after 22, don't you think? But you're not suggesting you were still physically developing after 22, right? Cassie says, I am not. You thought wrong. Let's go, judge. All right, cool. That's where they end. Now, that's the quick recap. And I said I would do that today because, like I said yesterday, hopefully you guys was paying attention because academics did do a great job yesterday with going through that. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I don't have to use academics to do my hard work. So I just wanted to go through that. So as the more information comes out of the courtroom today, we will go over that. But now my question becomes to you guys. What do y'all think so far? Or what's going on in that cross-examination?
At the end of the day, the
That shit
defense,
crazy.
the defense is doing their motherfucking job.
So what the fuck is?
They doing their job because at the end of the day, when you sit back here and you can pull up receipts of Cassie threatening to unalive Diddy, what?
That's crazy, Lady Bird.
And you got to understand the dynamic of that. You got to understand that now. Where did the prosecution ever bring out any receipts of Diddy saying he was going to unalive Cassie?
That part.
You see what I'm saying? Now, this is where this case is really about to get interesting. Because now his defenses came out and said, no, Diddy ain't the one that was doing all this. It was really Cassie. Uh-oh. Now what? The defense is doing a motherfucking job. That's how I feel about that shit.
Where's Lady Bird at? And I got you, Krista. I'm gonna go to the Velp News as well. But I want to scroll through that. Where's this at? Where's Lady Bird at now? Lady Bird, where's she at? T Banks. Where's Lady Bird?
Look, I don't know.
Where's Jimmy White? Oh, they quiet now, huh?
Look,
Jim White didn't walk away.
Like, and who said it? It was a couple days ago. Somebody said it. Yo, you're seeing the end of the Me Too movement based off of based off of what you just read. Yo, this Me Too movement is ending because of the simple fact it's showing that, hey, it's not necessarily always these men who are putting out these threats, who are doing the manipulation, who is doing X, Y, and Z. It's proof right there.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, I'm going to initiate this. So now if Puff says anything in his defense, he's doing nothing but defending himself. You're going to do what to me?
Right.
Oh, no, we got problems now. But hey, y'all go ahead with y'all movement and keep believing that, oh, women ain't got no evil bones in their body. You ever seen Snap? Okay, all right, I'm a mute up. Oh, don't get quiet now. Don't get quiet now. Because now that y'all see that Cassie sitting here and she's sitting here, she's threatening Diddy. She's threatening Diddy. Like, and that's the wildest part about it. And then when the defense comes back and says that, hey, we sit here and Mr. Combs paid a lot of money to make sure that those videos didn't get released. If Diddy was this old horrible person and was doing X, Y, Z, why would he spend any money to prevent a video from being released? Like this shit here. This shit
Crazy. See,
shit
this
gets-
shit is crazy, right?
yo, this-
Hey, all world said Craig, Ladyberg on Craigslist.
oh, she'll be right back.
She'll be right back. No, but that's crazy. Like,
Man,
it's crazy that this kind of shit coming out.
listen,
All world
what,
packing you up, Ladyberg, right now.
man, our
Get on
world, don't make me,
Craigslist.
man, you know what? Don't make me come to no comments real quick. Nah, man, it's crazy. Why we even going? Why are they even in court? It's crazy.
See, Ladyberg
Free
can't talk.
Diddy,
I know what that is.
free
She can't talk.
Diddy.
That's what that is. Ladyberg can't talk.
I told you I'm getting my oil change.
Girl, you better go outside, girl. They ain't done with your car yet.
I know. I'm eating a snack.
Let me see. Look, Velt News got to pin something else too. Y'all still got that Pope shit pinned to the top. I got to pin.
Wait, Craigslist still a thing though?
I guess shit. But that
That's
was 10
crazy.
years ago though. They is saying from 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm oiling up.
Um,
All world talking about I'm oiling up. This is crazy though, man. Yeah, that
mhm.
defense team eating her alive. That boy
Who?
going home.
Yeah, Ladybird, did you see the part where the motherfucker talking about she threatened to kill this man?
Yeah, she
That shit
spazzed
crazy.
out. Yeah, she spazzed out. And then they say, "Did you say this?" Yeah. She like, yeah.
Now I'm starting to feel like maybe she wise as Woody in this case.
But no, but you hear what she said? She had to go through that
What?
therapy. Like
What was that, sex consumption or what the fuck?
that's basically her going through therapy and going through rehab for sex addiction. Like I was saying, that's what that is.
AKA,
That's
she was always a freak, and she was able to act on it in such a manner to where it was whenever she wanted it. Like that's just
But
it.
but see, it's a thing when you're introduced to certain things at a certain age. Yes, it becomes that, but I feel like depending on your maturity level and when you're introduced to certain things, it can turn into the addiction versus it being a need versus it being pleasure. I just feel like she confused the two and it became something that it probably really wasn't. That's a lot. They just need to dismiss this case and move along.
Yeah, they need to go and let that man out. You know what I mean? Free Diddy, free Tory,
Yeah, he don't. Yeah, please retard.
like
Jeez.
all this shit. Like right now, like I don't know. I feel like it's just a publicizing of the hip hop community. Like that's all it is.
Yeah, and embarrassment, like we said earlier, it's just the cause embarrassment and everything else.
And to reduce the influence that this culture has on essentially the people in the world.
Because what you said, because who owns Ciroc? Isn't that Ciroc owned by some type of mafia company or something?
I would
Or
have
no?
to.
Cause this, I feel like all of this definitely is a direct effect of him and that whole Ciroc stuff. And this is one of those rituals. I mean, I don't want to go into the conspiracy part like that, but this sounds like one of those, what they call it,
The
like
humility
humility.
ritual.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yep. Humility. That's what this is right now.
Yep. And absolutely, yeah, they put LO Inc. put in the chat. Y'all think people will view Cassie different now? Absolutely.
Hmm.
People
Yeah.
sit back here and look at her like, wait a second. Oh, one lie on Cassie. Hold on, what man? I ain't even on Twitch. I can't even put the emoji up. Somebody put
But
that
you could,
type emoji
but
up.
you could look, but you could look in Cassie's eyes. Like there's times when you could look at her and just tell like she's got this evilness in her eyes a little bit. I can't even lie. Like her eyes never gave me like innocent girl ever. Lock her up. Right along with them if they gonna lock them up. Sure. Because
And
at this point, it's like she had just as much power as him.
exactly. So that's why it's like at the end of the day, what let that man out. Let that man get back
Hmm.
to his family. Let that man get back to his business. Let that man get back to being who he is. If he want to sit back here and have men and women in his bed all at one time and they all freaking on each other, hey,
Hmm.
saw what on the news?
Y'all saw that on the news. What's
Oh,
that?
he OD'd at the Playboy Mansion. Look. You see that? The same shit we was talking about earlier at the Playboy Mansion. Hugh Hefner spot.
Hugh Hefner house, huh?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, I gotta find that. Yo, did y'all put that up on the Velt News? We need that on Velt News now. I'm looking for it. I couldn't find it. But they just had that on the stream. That's what they was just talking about.
Oh, thank you.
Say Cassie just recalled him Puff aka Diddy ODing at the Playboy Mansion in 2000. It was either 12 or 13. That shit is crazy. Why is it the made out to be a Cassie versus Diddy trial? I thought he got hit with a Rico.
Man,
You know
exactly.
what?
That's what
You
we've
know
been
what, Polo?
saying.
But,
Polo.
let me ask Polo this
One
question, right?
mic on Polo.
Or ask anybody, right? Anybody can answer this based off what Polo just said, right? Because now I think the world is now, right? They done made this a Cassie versus Diddy shit, right? Ain't shit got nothing to do with a damn Rico. So this case probably is beyond Cassie, right? That means something else is going to happen. It has to be
Facts.
that.
They said this trial's supposed to be 8 weeks long. We're
That's
only in
just
day
2 months.
5.
That's
We're
2 months.
only in
That
day
is
5.
not long enough. And now T Banks, think about this. The YSL Woody a YSL trial, right? That trial took a year, right? So this one, if they saying 2 months, that means to tell me either two things gonna happen, right? Either the fucking government is they got a bombshell waiting, because Cassie was supposed to be they red button, right? That means it has to be somebody else or something that they feeling like, okay, we're gonna go and get Cassie out the way because she's pregnant, she's due any day. But they got to be having something that they feel like is their red button.
J-Lo.
That's what. Well, I ain't gonna say it's got to be something. It's got to be something, because if it's going like what Polo is saying, right? Y'all just think about this. Right now, they're losing. Puff will get off. If this is what this case finna be about the freak offs, they gonna lose. He's walking, and maybe that's why he said, okay, based off the shit that they trying to use against him, okay, they ain't finna prove nothing. It's either two things gonna happen, and I just like to predict shit before it even happens, right? So in my opinion, either this man is gonna walk based on what we're hearing about up to this point about just these different freak off events and shit like that, and the drugs and all that other weird shit, or they got a real red button that's gonna shock everybody. Outside of this, all blood on the wall, peeing in the mouth, and all this old extra crazy shit going on.
I
But I
gotta
need to
go.
find this. I need to find the
I,
fucking
I really gotta go at it because of the simple fact that if they sit here and they charge him with a RICO, like the bodies are gonna come up. Bodies that are associated with Diddy, that's what's gonna come up. whether it be Kim Porter,
Now you're thinking.
whether it
Now
be
with Gene Deal and all of them. That's
all
why
of
I'll
them.
be sure that that's what I'm thinking. That's what they're holding back with I'll be sure. Because
Yep.
if he's really going to testify, I think that's when they're gonna tie the Rico to him about
Mhm.
bodies, about Kim
Yep.
Porter, about Tupac, about Big, shit
Fact.
like that. Because Jimmy White, well, I don't think he's still here, but Jimmy White was, I don't quote me on this. I don't know if it's true or not, but speculation is Gene Deal supposed to tie this case to the Tupac, to Big, and all of that shit. What's going on? Okay, cool. Let me get to
That's
this.
the only thing. That's the only thing that, based off of what's been displayed thus far, that's the only thing that could really have this case only be 2 months, to where Diddy is directly tied to those 3 bodies: Kim Porter, Tupac, and Big.
Tupac, Big, yeah.
Like that. Those are the nukes right there.
Can y'all
Because
see that?
again, we only 5 days in. We're
Yeah, it's only
only
5 days.
in a 2-month process. It's about to be a
Yeah.
hell of a lot more shit that drops.
Okay. Y'all can see that, right? Inside to the Velt News. T-Banks, y'all can see that. Make sure if you guys is not definitely on X, go follow the Velt News at VELT_news NEWS. Definitely follow them. So it's in Diddy OD'd at the Playboy Mansion. So I guess the guy Myron had spoke about it. Let me make it big.
Quite a bit of effort to make sure that his image was always Diddy OD one time. She mentioned how Diddy actually overdosed one time. It was at a club in San Bernardino, California. She went home. Diddy went to Playboy. He went to, when he was there at Playboy, hanging out, partying, he took a lot of opiates and he actually overdosed from painkillers. This is information that never got out there publicly. I'll tell you guys one thing. One thing I'll give Diddy credit for. This guy did a fantastic job of fucking like holding, like keeping all this shit secret, guys. These freak offs, these drug use, these overdoses, the violent assaults on Cassie, where he's beating the shit out of her. Like none of this ever hit the press chat ever.
Right.
So that tells me that Diddy had like a very good cleanup crew, and he took quite a bit of effort to make sure that his image was always clean. It took the feds to figure this shit out and finally bring it to light, but he did a good.
Yeah, and I fucking agree with that, right? Like, because he did. That's why I was saying earlier, I forget who T-Banks was talking earlier. What I was explaining to them was, like, a lot of people, they not understanding, they perceive Puff as this professional guy that yada yada with the music business, with the Ciroc deal, with the fucking Revolt TV, just the whole bad boy shit, just all these different, you know, he's a billionaire, right? So they had this perception of him. But shit like this, nigga, we didn't know none OD. Like OD, that's crazy. But definitely you guys, like I said, if you got a Twitter account, aka X account, make sure you guys follow the Velt News. The Velt News definitely keeping me updated with a lot of this shit that's going on. Okay, that's from 12 minutes. In Diddy's trial today, they're listening to an audio Cassie. Oh yeah. And see, that's even key, and I'm glad you put that up. Shout out to them. Hold on, let me retweet that shit. Let me retweet that now. Repost. All right, cool. Because that's crazy. With fucking her sitting there threatening this man's life. Like that shit's crazy. And Cassie was dancing on Chris Brown. Yeah, good shit, Velt News. Cassie was dancing on Chris Brown. It's good to me. Good to me. Cassie had an affair with an NFL player. And oh yeah, and that's key too. And let's remind the people, if y'all probably just now getting up, welcome to the motherfucking Roosevelt. The Velt News is basically Justin Bieber. I seen this yesterday. Justin Bieber did admit that he is not one of the witnesses in the Diddy trial. Good shit, Justin Bieber, for clearing that shit up. And as Diddy faces sex trafficking charges in Manhattan, Justin Bieber finally breaks his silence, and Bieber representation said and made it very clear. Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims. They made that very clear. So y'all gotta stop saying that. Like, stop saying that. Like, y'all be making up shit and just saying, like, I can't wait for Usher. Usher needs to also come out and fucking announce that, because people keep saying he did something. Like, he didn't fucking touch no fucking Usher or no Justin Bieber. They gotta stop saying that weird shit. Yeah, good shit, Velt News, too, about this fucking Tory Lanez. Over 100,000 people have signed a petition in less than a day urging the California governor to pardon Tory Lanez. Everybody wish that brother a safe recovery. He was stabbed over 14 times. And they saying new evidence came out about the Megan Thee Stallion situation with the bodyguard coming out saying that it definitely was the friend Kelsey who shot Megan, and that's what they're allegedly stating. And old Smokey Robinson, like in Ladyburg, I think Ladyburg was trying to mention this because I saw this about the Smokey Robinson situation. I was like, damn, that's crazy. How they fucking with Smokey Robinson? So apparently, Smokey Robinson is under criminal investigation by L.A. sheriff for sexual assault allegations. Smokey Robinson is being investigated by the L.A. County Sheriff Department after he was accused of sexual assault by 4 anonymous former employees. Like, look at this shit. Like, look at this shit. Bill Cosby, Pup Daddy, goddamn it, R. Kelly, Suge Knight, just look, Michael Jackson, Prince. Shit is crazy.
I got a question, and Chris the GPT, you may be able to answer this. What is the statute of limitations on a sexual assault? Because it's crazy how these assaults can happen, and then you decide to come out decades later about these assaults. Like, I need to know the statute of limitations on sexual assaults, or is that something that has no statute of limitations?
And check for the state of New York and California, because mainly a lot of these cases is coming out of California and New York. It was wait, what? I missed that damn message. Somebody wasn't Diddy. She said this too. Well, shit, we don't fucking know. But let me get to this too. But Krista, definitely check on that. Damn, these messages be flying through. But even this T Banks, while Krista pull that up, because I'm reading some other shit on another screen. She didn't want to be replaced. She didn't want to lose access to that lifestyle. This is a video, and shout out to the Velt News. I didn't even know y'all fucking quote tweeted me on this, but oh yes, I did. I fucking liked it. Goddamn, my memory. Oh shit. But yesterday I had posted a video, right? Some women really feel like this about Cassie in the Diddy Rico case. I'm seeing more women speak out also, and I never expected that from so many different women to be this vocal about Cassie or women. But this is what, like, I'm seeing massive amount of women, right, on X, right, across the internet, also even on YouTube. This is how they're basically talking about Cassie when it comes to this case. I want y'all to hear what she said.
Innocent in all of this, okay?
Hold on, I want y'all to hear exactly what she said, right? Because this is what a lot of women are saying. I'm like, oh shit, because I thought it was gonna be different. I thought a lot of women would be on that Me Too movement shit and be on this feminist Nazi shit and just be like, no, the woman is right no matter what. But this is what the sentiment of a lot of women on the internet.
What's up, y'all? Look, I don't like Diddy. Didn't like him when he was puffy, but I gotta keep it $150. Cassie is not innocent in all of this, okay? Especially with the testimony that came out today. You can't make me believe that she is. She said herself that she didn't say no to the freak offs because she didn't want him to get a different woman instead. So she didn't want to be replaced. She didn't want to lose access to that lifestyle. She stayed there and she participated in some of those things because she enjoyed it. And some of it that she did not enjoy, she stayed because he's rich. Okay? If Diddy was just regular old Sean that drives the forklift at the warehouse, at the factory up the road, she would not have took no ass whippings for 10 years. Okay? She would have got the hell on. She might have stayed around for like 10 months until she got her income tax and got her a little apartment or something, a little hoopty, and got the hell on. But being for real though, I'm just keeping it $150. If he was a regular working dude, she would not have stuck around for that shit. It was the money. It was the fucking money, the fame, the fortune, and keep it real, the dope. Because she talked about they used a lot of drugs. She didn't want to lose access because she had developed some very expensive habits.
See,
y'all.
And see,
Look,
and
I don't like Diddy.
And that's and this woman, let's be clear. That's why she said at the beginning. That's why I played that beginning part. She don't even like Puff. That's what these women are saying, T Banks. So I'm like, bruh. But yeah, I just wanted to jump to that right quick. Y'all stay there? Y'all can hear me? Let's see.
Yeah, we here. We here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. But go ahead. What's your thoughts on that? Cassie isn't innocent, but she is not the one on trial.
I mean,
what up, my boy Mar in the building? What up, Mar? You said go ahead.
I mean,
Because what is Thinker talking? Thinker, is you okay over there?
Man, thinker, she all about her women.
But
Like
she said what she said. Cassie is not the one on trial. I get that Cassie is the key to a lot of this, but this is a trial on him, not on her. It's like right now they focusing so much on Cassie, but it's almost like this is the Cassie trial.
But that's not. Um,
I
okay,
mean, I get
I'm
that
gonna be
this
as
is supposed to
honest
be
as
8 weeks. I
I'm gonna
get
be
that
as
they
honest as
trying to
possible.
get her out the way.
But Lady Bird, here's my thing, right? You can't prepare the public or the people with this. This man is sex trafficking, yada yada, this, that, whatever the case may be, right? That means you have to have a solid fucking case, right? Cassie is not the one on trial. But at the same time, when you see these different things that's coming out, like this case has nothing to do with a RICO. This case has something to do with two people in a toxic ass relationship and they fucking sex lifestyle. That's all we've been presented with for 5 days at this point. You get what I'm saying, Ladyberg? So it's not that she's on trial, but
Right.
you gotta take, because if you because you gotta put yourself right. It's what you can prove. You're innocent until proven in the court of law. So everybody need to view this as if you're in the jury box. That's what I respect people's opinion. Like, let's imagine you're sitting your ass right there on that fucking jury, right? At this moment, day 5, do you think he's guilty of a RICO? Everybody put it in the chat. Tell me right now, chat. Because when you
Nope.
speak from that aspect, then that's what this is. It's not about her being on trial, but it's about, wait a minute. I thought this trial was he forced you. He was making you do certain shit. He was all of this crazy shit. Is sex trafficking involved? Is kids involved? Is RICO racketeering? Where is that information? So at this point, this man is not guilty on all charges. Just from my opinion, if I'm in the jury box, I got to be sitting there, right? I'm just saying, as an innocent bystander, no bias to it. All we're talking about is they sex life and who's sleeping with who and what man watching. He watching her sleep with other men and she watching him sleep with what? And drugs. What you call it, T-Banks? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I done forgot what nigga saying yes to. Yeah, I forgot the question I fucking asked that fast.
No.
Thing,
Just do you think Diddy is still guilty of a RICO? And I'm gonna say no, based off of what's been shown.
Thinker, you're saying yes, he's guilty of a RICO? Thinker bugging. She bugging. She bugging with that one.
But see,
based off what we've seen
at
in
the same
heard in 5 days. So
now,
what?
No, based off of everything we done heard this whole week, no.
a little bit, but at the end of the day, no, she's not wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because of this simple fact, for it to come out and sit back and say that, oh, they would bring sex workers in from different states. That right there, that covers the sex trafficking right there. That's sex trafficking. I don't care how you put it. That's sex trafficking. If I'm sitting here in Florida and I call a shorty from Cali and I say, look, I'm having a party. It's a whole bunch of people here. And I know that you like to throw that thing in a circle around a whole bunch of different people. I'm going to fly you out and I'm
Yeah,
going
but that's not trafficking.
But it is though. Why?
No, it ain't.
Because
Well,
I
I'm about to
know
be trafficking in 2 weeks.
I
Shit.
know the reason why I'm sitting here and I'm bringing this woman or this man to Florida because I'm having a party. They're not coming for me. They're coming
A
because
party, but a party.
Oh, let me finish. Now again,
Just say you ain't never been freaked before.
because of the simple fact that you're sitting here and I'm flying you out to strictly have sex with individuals at my party. Not me, but other individuals at my party. You are now supplying sex for your party. That's what you call sex trafficking.
But if they come
That's
in
what that,
willingly, so
it don't matter if they come
but you
with
ain't
you.
being
not.
forced.
You are
You
still
ain't being forced to
facilitating.
get on the airplane and
No,
come
you're not
anywhere to
being
do
forced.
anything.
But if I make the phone call, I am now facilitating it.
Right. And then you can say
So
yes or no.
therefore,
If you say yes, then that means you okay with getting paid to do whatever
okay,
it is you
but
coming to do.
you're getting away from the point. You're getting away from the point. Is Diddy
No.
How's she getting away from the point?
Huh.
I'm
because of the simple
kind of
fact.
agreeing with her.
Because what I'm saying is this: if I got all this money and I'm throwing this huge party and I fly people in strictly to have sex with my guests, I am now facilitating sex trafficking. I'm facilitating it. Which
Okay,
makes
so but T Banks, this is where here's my issue with that, right? You're talking about you getting straight to it's a party. I'm flying everybody in to have sex. That's not his parties. That's never been a Diddy party. Everybody knows he's doing an event, and it's a party that's going to
Exactly.
happen.
And you choose
So,
to stay or leave.
so if everybody flies out to this party, you do know everybody at this party is not having sex. It's the people that want to stay around. They all drinking, they all high and drunk and shit, right? And then of course, what happens after a party? You have sex.
But I am still facilitating it. That's the
It
point.
doesn't. No.
But
So then that
no,
means
Diddy.
hold on,
So
Lady Bird.
then
Hold on,
he
Lady
don't
Bird. Hold on.
understand Diddy parties.
No, Lady Bird. Hold on. It's not even about a Diddy party, right? What I'm showcasing, right? What the defense is going to be able to prove, right? The defense will be able to prove if he had an event, everybody came to this party, everybody left at a certain time. You willingly came to this party. That's what you willingly did it. Nobody made you do shit. Nobody paid you to fucking come have sex. What you're talking about, T Banks, is you're talking about their personal things that they did.
No,
you and Ladybird, let's say you and Ladybird, y'all in a relationship, right? No, let's use you and Khadijah. You and Khadijah, Khadijah want to have a freak off, right? So, okay, Khadijah goes on Craigslist and order some women for you, right? You telling me that's sex trafficking? No, that's not. If she orders somebody on Craigslist that's down the street or around the corner or 30 minutes away from you, that is not sex trafficking.
No, now, like you said, within
because this is what they're proving.
At
That's
that
what they're
point in time,
proving.
it's just prostitution. At that point in time, it's just prostitution. But the moment that you cross state lines,
I understand that, but
so here's what I'm saying. Okay,
we're going outside the case. You trying to prove to me what sex trafficking is? I said I understand that, but what I'm saying when it comes to this case.
But this is what I say, okay, and I can agree with Thinker. Is Diddy guilty of it? Absolutely. Why?
He's
Because
not.
of the simple fact. Because of the simple fact. Like I said earlier, if I'm sitting here and I decide, all right, I'm gonna fly out to daggone LA. I done got my crib and everything like that, but I know it's a sex worker in Miami. Okay, I know this is what they do. They are a sex worker. And I say, hey, I am now going to fly you out to LA where I am because I'm holding an event. They already know and understand in their mind that, hey, I am here to do a job. Not to mention that they said, hey, these sex workers were getting paid. They were getting paid.
Okay. Well, can we go based off the evidence that we've been presented with so far? The point that I'm making is this, right? Every sex worker that they fucking ordered, it's one thing for Khadijah to order another male from California to come to Florida. But what if Khadijah is ordering a sex worker from where you at? That's not sex trafficking. You do understand that, right? Because then I'm gonna pinpoint it to what Thinker is implying. She's saying Cassie was the head of the organization. No, how is she the head of the organization? And this is something she wanted, she asked for. So she went out swiping her card, buying these male strippers or sex workers to have these freak offs at her own discretion. Where is the fucking coercion and where the fuck is the Rico? Where is it at? How was that trafficking? She stated clearly in her own words, in her own books or text messages that she was sending to him, I can't wait for the next one. So but okay, for it to be a Rico, right? That means Cassie would have to be the co-defendant. She's over there on the other side. It has to, in order for it to be a Rico, right? She has to be a co-defendant. She's not a co-defendant. This is her word against his word. And right now, according to with her own words and what you're saying, what she's saying on this stand and what she's rereading, all of these text messages that she sent to him, she was the one asking for it. So how the fuck is he guilty of sex trafficking when this is what she wanted? If Khadijah over there every day telling T Banks, well, this is what I want. I want that. I need it. This is I need it. She fucking trafficking and she telling T Banks, and T Banks at this point, T Banks would be the victim. Damn, you want this shit every day? You want goddamn. But okay, fuck it, let's do it. At that point, how was Puff wrong? That's the part you got to prove in the court of law. That's why I'm like, people is taking, right? And I'm just speaking from my position. And, I know everybody's not going to agree with this position, but this is just how I'm seeing it. Because it's fucked up for the world we live in today, because to that P-Valley community, I feel bad for them. Because now, just because he's P-Valley, he likes to sleep with men and women, they saying that's problematic. Then on top of that, they're saying that basically just because he has his own personal jet, he can fly around this country however he want to. And women willingly, Lady Bird getting on a plane. Me and T Banks, we finna leave Florida. We got to be in LA tomorrow. Lady Bird gets her happy ass on a plane. So when we say Lady Bird, me and T Banks, we going to LA tomorrow. All right, well, I'll be there. She gets on the plane, then she's sucking me and T Banks off all the way to LA. So we sex traffic her across all these states. That's what y'all saying is sex trafficking. Because we left Florida, flew to LA from Miami, and all of a sudden we were sex trafficking Lady Bird. Fuck out of here. Then lock up the whole music business.
And that right there, we agreed on that earlier because of the simple fact this is something that occurs. This is something that happens. Okay. Now, here's what I'm gonna read because Krista put in the chat. Sex trafficking definition: the action or practice of illegally transporting people from one country or area to another for the purpose of sexual exploitation.
Illegally. Keyword, illegally. That's the key word, illegally.
Thank you. Why y'all trying to leave that out?
All
Lady Bird get
world.
her
I
happy
ain't
ass
doing
on.
nothing for
I
free.
don't give a fuck if I give Lady Bird
Ain't nothing for free.
$100,000. If she get her ass on that motherfucking plane on her own, that's not illegal. Now, what the fuck we do on this plane because it's a motherfucking G5? That's our business.
That man ain't going together.
You said what, Khadijah?
Look.
What she say? No, speak up, goddammit.
Right.
Who gonna
One
get
mic
who?
on
Did she say?
Khadijah.
What she say? They
What?
gonna get her.
Go get those victims.
You said what? What
They
she say,
didn't
T-Banks?
Right, they didn't go get those people. So Diddy didn't go to wherever, to another state and pick those people up on a private jet or whatever and forcefully brought them to
Thank you.
this whole freak off.
Dang, yeah. Talk to your man's girl, because he
That's
lost
all
out
we.
here.
That's Khadijah. That's all I'm saying. This is what's being
Yeah.
proven. They was ordering this shit like you order pizza.
Let me get my
am I
extra
lying?
anchovies. Hell.
Just because you see exactly because you want the all Lady Bird like the all meat special.
Trafficking
And then
is,
you said what?
I said trafficking is like when a person is tricked, basically. You're tricked
Illegally.
into coming to do something illegal. They don't know, they don't have a clue that, hey, all they know is that you invited them to this party. And you
So
have
basically, like that move, that show, that Beauty and the Black, they was
But Lady Bird, what is Thinker
trafficking.
saying? It is Thinker. Is you busy? Can you talk? Because Thinker, you gotta. I'll send you the link because Thinker, you gotta.
Thinker say it
Thinker,
is what the law says is illegal, not
there has
Lady
to be a
Bird.
pattern over 10 years, and that is the law. Wait, what?
people. That man didn't drug none of those people. They all did it willingly.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying, Khadijah. That's why I'm like, where's this illegally and a pattern of somebody saying no? We're not seeing her say no. Cassie hasn't said no yet. What you laughing at, T-Bank? What happened?
Nah, yo, Khadijah said, yo, what you say?
They took the drugs on their own, they took the alcohol on their own, and they took the pee in their mouth on their own.
On their own. Like, is we leaving that out, Thinker? Well, she told the man you wasn't peeing right on me. And Puff just agreed. What is that?
And got some stuff rubbed on his nipples.
Yes, and she took it and rubbed it. What? No. Thinker, I understand about the Rico and about it being a 10-year pattern. But what I'm saying is, if you're requesting, right, at this, okay, what about the part where she admitted she was watching Puff sleep with other women? At that moment, is that a part of the Rico? That's not a Rico to me. A Rico has to be, you got this person to do this, you got this person to do that. That person was a part of this. It's like 4 or 5 of y'all, or maybe, I think it's 3 to 4 or somewhere around there. And they all conspiring to do some illegal shit. They don't have that. They got a bunch of these motherfuckers, even when Dawn get her ass up here and Aubrey gets up here. That's why Chopper done already broke the news. So Dawn and Aubrey, it's going to come out very clearly how they wanted to sleep. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to say nothing.
But you know what?
I'm trying to keep certain
Cassie,
information I understand out of it. Go
so
ahead.
could Cassie's testimony actually be help? I mean, honestly, the way it looked like it's helping more than it's hurting. But
Exactly.
could that have been the initial motive anyway to use her? Because think about it. She already got 20 million. She ain't like her getting
Nah,
up there. She
nah.
already got the 20 million.
I don't think that.
What more is she gonna gain by actually really being the one that's gonna put him away? You see what I'm
That
saying?
Lady Bird, now that's a good conversation, and we definitely write that. Somebody write that down, or Krista write that down, because we probably need to discuss that either
Hey,
tomorrow
Jesus,
or
say it
Sunday
again.
or
I
tonight.
said
No,
she's not
hold
she's not putting him away. They're just using her to describe the characteristics of this man, like all the things he's into, what he's been doing while he was with her. They're building basically they're building all of this shit for if it's just 2 months, like I said yesterday, Freddie. At the end, then they're gonna talk about all the shit that he did with everybody else. Because yesterday they
Yep,
brought up a couple names, right? And you were
yep.
like, "Oh shit, yeah, there's plenty more names that got to come out. We just
So
here
it is.
on live. That's it."
So this is pretty much this is the and pretty much
Hold on, T Banks. Krista, write down. Make sure I remember this tomorrow or later today. Fuck, and they just made me forget. No. What Lady Bird? Lady Bird just posed a great question, right? Is this Puff's way to use Cassie to help his case? Because right now, if we just going off Cassie, he's walking. But I
Yeah.
don't think this is. But I don't personally think this is a YSL Woody situation. With because basically YSL Woody basically helped Thug. Like, just that was the worst person for them to use as the key witness. Because we got to remember, Cassie is the star key witness. The only reason why she went this early is because she's pregnant, and they saying she's probably gonna have this baby any day now. So this information was supposed to be the red button. Let's make that. What up, Wally? My boy Wally in the building. So we'll have that conversation later, again or at some point, because that need to be brought up. But here's my thing to that, and then T Banks, you can go. I don't think that's the case. I think with Cassie being in a situation, they haven't seen each other in 8 years. Some of the things she said, some of the things she probably was thinking, she got this 20 million. She just probably thought, okay, well, it's going to be, since I came out and everybody started coming out around after she got the 20 million, before they picked him up. Remember, they raided all his homes. She probably thought so many people was going to come out against him that it's for sure he would be locked up. There would be no threat against her. But the way this is going, it's only her. At this point, it's only her, right? Then you got the Danny DeCane girls. Then you got the male sex worker. Then they saying the key witness, the third girl, is basically just disappeared. Basically, is not going to show up in defense of them. So I think, Lady Bird, to basically answer the question, I think Cassie and that damn prosecution didn't know how much this would hurt them more than help them, based off what is, because ain't no way a fucking jury, right? Even as a woman, and I'm not a woman, I can't think from the mindset of a woman, but just as a probably the women and men that's, I don't know how many men is on in the jury box, but I'm pretty sure even the women is like, wait a minute, so you was agreeing to do all of this? They're not looking at this like this no fucking Rico and no sex trafficking. It's just it would be crazy. Immunity is a good benefit for Cassidy. I think she has immunity, if I'm not mistaken. Because don't she have immunity, y'all? Because I know she basically, like, she's cleared from all of this shit. T Banks, you there?
yeah, I'm here. Well, and I was pretty much I was agreeing with what Khadijah was saying. Like, this is pretty much because it's a 2-month process. Right now, this is what the prosecution is doing is they're setting up character assassination. That's pretty much what they're doing. Based off
Exactly.
of what she's saying, what Danny DeCane is going to get up here, whatever other witness gets up here, this is strictly character assassination for what's going to come out next. This is legitimately the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even gotten under the water yet to really see how big this iceberg really is. This is just the tip of this shit. So I gotta agree with Khadijah where, yo, this is just character assassination at this point, good, bad, or otherwise. This is showing, okay, this is the type of individual that he is. They have the video that of him beating her in the hallway when he in the towel and everything like that, and then all the information that's coming about their sexcapades and the freak offs and everything like that. This is just character assassination. So that way, when the other information comes in, this is still going to be sitting in the back of your head. So that way, that jury is going to be able to say, well, shit, he was doing X, Y, and Z with Cassie, with the members of his group and everything like that. So then, oh, and then this came out. Oh, yeah, put him away. That's what's going on right now. So his defense is doing a hell of a job right now. But as far as what's going to come out later on, That's what all this is really based off of. Because again, we're only 5 days in. We're only 5 days in. We haven't even hit a week yet. We're 5 days in. And this is where everything is already standing. Okay, yeah, Cassie, she may have wanted to be a part of it and was helping facilitate some of it, but his actions and how they took place in all this, okay, that's just a buildup for what's to come next. And what's to come next, like you said, Freddie, I agree with that 110%. It's going to be a bombshell that absolutely nobody was thinking about, thought about, or even could possibly visualize that's going to come out. That's going to pretty much put the nail in the coffin. Because, like you said, based off of this information that's going on between him and Cassie, no, this man is going to walk. But it's not just about Cassie. You got other people who are going to come out and speak against him. Especially if Al B. Sure steps out, especially when it comes to Kim Porter. Oh boy. That right there, oh, that's really gonna cause some shit. That's really gonna cause some shit. So, I mean, shit. As of right now, no, he would walk based off of what's going on right now. But as us being forward thinking individuals, we know there's more to come out. So right now, what's going on? They're assassinating his character. That's all that's going on right now.
Yep.
And it's probably going on for the next, you know what I mean, the next 5 to 10 days. And then halfway through this, that's when we're going to start getting those big bombs dropped. And then, you know what I mean, we going we going to have
What?
different conversations.
Ladyberg said something?
Nah, I ain't hear if she did.
Oh, okay. Oh, go ahead. I was pulling up something.
Nah, but who is it? Yeah, All World said it's an updated message from Inner City Press. So, also just
Yeah, no, that's what I'm pulling up.
That's what I did. Those. Oh wait, okay. Those precious cases set precedent. That's how cases work based on prior precedent. This is a softball for the prosecution. Absolutely. This isn't the bombshell. This is pretty much the prosecution saying, okay, we go, okay, playing in a football game. You're not gonna come out with your trick play the first play of the game. You're not gonna do it in the first quarter of the game. You're gonna do it at the end of the game. But you are going to do certain things to see how the defense is going to react.
Okay.
What's your opponent going to do?
Can y'all see it on the screen? Hold on.
Oh,
Pulled
shit.
it up.
That shit's small as hell.
They found what he said. They found who the jury is. Act should drop them tomorrow. They let 8 black men and 1 woman go Monday. Like what? I don't understand that one, Wally. You have to explain that one to me. Y'all gonna need what Apollo said. Y'all gonna need to take a shower after the real evidence come out later on in the trial. Also, just look up past cases like this. That's what I did. Those precious cases set precedent. That's how cases work. Yeah, I mean that's why I said we gonna see. It's gonna. Hold on, let me get to where did we last left off? I forgot. Oh yeah, about the PTSD. Okay, cool. So we back. Inner City Press. Right here. Let's go through this. This is information coming out of the courtroom. At this point, this is the only person that has access to give the information inside of the courtroom because you can't have video, you can't have phone. But this guy have won some cases against the court system, so he's able to get this information and be able to tweet it. And he's the only person. So all news networks and everybody is using this information that's coming outside of the courtroom. So let's get back to it. Okay, let's start here. From 58 minutes ago, I was still physically developing. So you were 22. That's what Cassie said. Cassie was stating that she said I was still physically developing. So Combs people are saying, so you were 22. Women keep developing after 22. Don't you think? That's what Cassie said. But you're not suggesting you were still physically developing after 22, right? Then Cassie says, I am not. Then they say this message is about having a freak without Katimi or whoever that is, right? And then may I confer with counsel? No. The judge says no, but we'll take a break. So the jury leaves, more coming. So that's when the break happened, right? Right after that. Then with jury out, the judge witness list by Sunday, 5 p.m. But will this and other filings, which are clearly judicial documents, be in the docket? The judge states, as for those long text messages, use binders so we can save them. All right, so all of that happened right before the break. And then they came back from the break. Okay, they're back. Now we're here. So Mr. Combs wrote, "You're so predictable. You said you were going to tell him you didn't want to do freak offs anymore, but you didn't say it, did you?" See, Cassie said, "I did not. Here you were suggesting freak offs with a girl." Mind you, listen, let's reread this. Cassie said, "I did not. Here you were suggesting freaking off with a girl. Then you say you found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina while you were staying with your parents in Connecticut, right?" Cassie says, "Yes. So you decided to break up with him." Cassie decides to break up with him, and he didn't threaten you, right? But suggested couples counseling. "I don't know." That's what Cassie said. She don't know, or basically she don't recall. In August 2018, you called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burning Man, right? Question mark. Cassie says, "Yes." "I'll read Mr. Combs. You have anger." Cassie, I wrote, "My family knows I am not running around telling our business." I wrote, "I did not need you to be taken. Hold on. I don't need you to be take of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first." Did y'all catch that? This is Cassie. I wrote, "I don't need you." Get out the way, cursor. "I don't need you to be taken or take care of Kim and Gina. I need you to put me first." So Cassie wanted to be put first. Please read these. So Cassie has got to read. She's reading these text messages right between her and Puff. I wrote, "You lied to me. She never went away. It was the nail in the coffin. You meant Gina, the photo. Yes. In your silver lawsuit, you say Mr. Combs raped you in September 2018 after you had dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, right?" Cassie says, "Yes." "Did you meet with the U.S. on November 30th, 2023? Cassie says, "Yes." Not the exact date. But hold on, let me jump back to this. So if I'm reading this correctly, right? I don't need you to be take of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first. So she wanted to be put first. These are her messages, right? That's crazy. Over Kim. And I'm assuming they're talking about Kim Porter. And who this Gina is, quote unquote, I'm glad that name came up, because Gina is the quote unquote the third witness that came up missing, if you guys didn't know. So let's jump back down here. So did you meet with the U.S. on November 30th, 2023? Yes, not the exact date. Combs, in this meeting, you said the grape took place, and I'm using grape instead of the R word, took place after Mr. Combs returning from Burning Man. You said he was acting strangely at that dinner. Cassie, I don't remember exactly that word. Did you meet the U.S. on April 8, 2025? Around then. That's her answer. Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. We just
Okay,
listen
cool.
right now.
Apparently it looked like it stopped. So apparently it looks like it stopped. If I'm not mistaken, hold on. Let me go back to it. That's crazy. What do y'all think about that so far as I try to pull this up? Let me try to get the rest of this pulled up. But what do y'all think about that so far?
I mean, at
Let me
the
get
end
the
of
rest
the
of it.
day, it seems as though, like the lady said, Cassie, she's not innocent in this whole ordeal. She's not. She wanted to be put first. "No, you don't. I don't need you to take care of Kim and Gina. I need you to put me first." So that right there, you know what I mean? If I'm a juror, it's like, wait a second. This woman is pretty much willing to do whatever it takes so that she's the number one lady in his life. You see what I'm saying? So if he wants to freak off, I'm gonna do it because that's gonna put me first. Or
But if
I'm
that's
going.
his woman, why is he like? If that's his woman, he shouldn't be taking care of no other woman.
But they had
Okay,
broke
cool.
up. They had broke
So
up.
okay, so just to read this out loud. So I guess that was the last message, but one more just came through. So we just have to, that's why I'm just waiting for a lot of them to come in so we can just go through them. But another one just came through 1 minute ago. So they were saying this message to FB, who's that? Right? The letters FB, like Facebook, but not Facebook. She said, Cassie states Frank Black, a name that he used. Basically, she would call him FB, which is Frank Black. because that's the name he used to always use when he checking in the hotels and shit like that. In case you guys didn't know that, she said the name he used, basically talking about Puff Daddy, aka Diddy. Then he wrote, "I'm in an investors conference. We'll get back to this. You still have love for him?" This is what Cassie responds to that. "I have love for the past and what it was." All right, now back to what y'all talking about. But that's the last thing that came out of the courtroom. Hello?
No, I was just saying if he with Cassie and they in a relationship, he shouldn't be taking care of nobody else, no other female. Take care of your kids. That's about it. Not no other female. If that's the case, then T Banks, while you sitting up there in that house with Khadijah, you need to be also taking care of whoever else you got a child with. Not just the child, but that woman too. You gonna do
Wait,
that?
what? Wait, what? Hold on, Lady Bird. T Banks is not on trial now. T Banks ain't on trial.
I
T Banks is not on trial now. Hold on. Objection. Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. Thinker, objection. Objection. No, objection, thinker. Shit, objection. T Banks
I'm
is
just
not on trial.
saying.
T Banks said,
Why
hey, trial.
you can't be out here defending the fact that he taking care of Kim and Gina. He know if he's with Cassie, if they in a situation where she's supposed to be his main one, clearly she was for 10 years, and you talking about you still out here paying bills for your ex, like what are we doing?
He taking care of his 3 households.
Man, not if the discussion wasn't that. I can see. Now here's the thing.
That man was a polygamist.
Right, but if the discussion was not polygamy, then he wrong. If they ain't have the discussion and laid it out from the beginning, she can't whine and complain about it. It's just basically all on what the understanding is from the beginning.
All about love.
Well,
Brother love, Khadijah, brother
love.
love.
Man, love.
Well, at the end of the day, what it comes down to, okay, because it's not me on trial, Lady Bird, it's Diddy. All right. And you know what I mean, pretty much Cassie feels some type of way, okay, because he was taking care of Gina and Kim. And she wanted to be the only one that was taken care of by Diddy. Well, and again, what that does, that puts pretty much everything that Cassie has put out and that she said, it makes Cassie look bad because it's showing that, oh, wait, I had an issue with Diddy because he was doing this and this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that right there is making Cassie look real stupid right about now. Like real talk, it's making Cassie look real stupid right now. Because
that's why that's why I'm so confused as to what position a thinker is coming from, because at the end of the day, this is not helping them at all. Like the prosecution, this is not helping, not from my perspective. I mean, what do y'all think? Let me know in the chat, because like this shit is not making.
So who's still questioning her? The defense or who's questioning her right now? Defense
No,
team?
this is cross-examination.
Yes, this is
that's what I'm saying. So the defense is.
Yes, this is defense. They making her. This is what's happening, Ladybird. They're making her read these paragraphs and messages from the last 10 years that they were sending back and forth.
Wow.
So she's reading.
So the
out loud what
prosecution
she
hadn't
said.
even.
No, they have already went. Like, God damn, Ladybird, how late as you? God damn, I was late. I was like out of the loop for like 24, 48 hours. But God damn it, I still was, here and there.
But when I realized what was happening, I kind of tuned a lot of it out initially. Like when I realized, oh, we just right here finna talk about a whole bunch of sex and they sex life. Like I didn't want to hear all that. That's what it sounded like. Like that's all you was hearing about all week. So I kind of tuned a lot of it out. I heard, like I said earlier, I heard
but Ladybird, what I'm explaining to you is this, right? What I'm saying is the prosecution already then asked her everything they want to ask her. Now it's the defense the defense time to cross-examine everything she's already saying.
And they eating her alive.
And basically they're making her, in which they're doing a great job of this, right? You got to remember, she's the victim. She's pregnant. So they have to be careful about how they approach her to this jury. And shout out to my boy Wally for explaining, or whoever that was explaining. I think it was Wally. So there's 8 men and 4 women on the jury, right? Which that gives him a good chance of men being up there, but we don't know because it's a lot of, well, I mean, but okay. But anyway, but Lady Burke, what I'm saying is this: what they're doing a great job of is they're making her read back her own messages to him to showcase to the jury. These are a lot of the things she said. Like, didn't you say this? Didn't you say that? They're not attacking her. They just making her reread the things that she said. Like she showcasing jealousy. Well, you put them above me. I want to be first. Do y'all not know what that fuck that means? Like, come on. You got to use common sense. Lady Burke, that's all I'm saying.
And
So
that's
Thinker,
what-
I get it. And Thinker saying she's coming from a legal standpoint, but Thinker, all I'm saying is if you thinking from a legal standpoint, yeah, it's a key case what you're trying to present, Thinker, but it's what you can convince those juries of or the jury of. You got to think of the 12. It's what they're thinking in their mind. And at this moment, based off everything what she said at first about she was up there crying, Lady Berg. I guess you missed that part. Like she was always rubbing her stomach, like she was just, because she's pregnant. So they was like, damn, Puff was doing this. They played the Lady Berg. They said they played the video so much in the courtroom to remind you of when he was, did that goofy shit, what he did in a hotel, putting his hands and feet on her. They was playing that so much. So they tried to stick that to the jury's head about this video and how bad he was and how fucked up he was and he was abusive and all this kind of shit. But now the jury is reading her own words during a lot of this shit that was going on. She was the one asking for it. Not asking for ass whooping, but she was the person saying, I want the freak offs. Because the video, Lady Burke, what came out, if you listening, we didn't even know. She said from the video when he's naked with the towel on, that actual event was happening during or after a freak off. That was a whole freak off thing that happened. So, but now if that video was a freak off happening, but we're reading your own words to him, you like the freak offs and you saying all this old other stuff. Freddie, you're forgetting Cassie, not the one on trial. No, I get that all world. I'm not forgetting that. What I'm saying is all world, right? I'm speaking from a position of if I'm sitting on the fucking jury box, that's when oh my Lord. Now she say OJ guilty. Oh my God. Oh Lord.
man. Hey,
But
well,
what
OJ
I'm
did it.
all
We already know
world,
OJ
all
did
I'm
it.
saying is this, right? I'm not putting Cassie on trial. I'm trying to think in the minds of those 12 people sitting in that jury based off them. Because a lot of people, like, just to be honest, and let me just put this on the floor because I can't wait for the whole trial to be over because a lot of people are already saying Puff is guilty. Just that's why she brought up OJ. People automatically, it's nothing you could have told them. He did it. He did it. That's just what it is. With Puff, so many people hate him. He's automatically guilty of it. But here's my thing. T-Banks, Lady Bird, if Puff is guilty, Cassie guilty too. Then go lock up the whole music business because the shit that he's doing and the shit she was a part of, all of them is a part of it. Lock up Gene Deal, lock up all of them, lock up every artist. Everybody needs to be locked up. This is what all of them are doing. Don't pick and choose what celebrity you don't like when they're all doing it. They all doing it. Let me bring up somebody who I fuck with very strongly. Everybody knows I am the Velt OVO 24/7. But do you think some of those accusations they have about Drake being just this, he's a dickhead and an asshole to people and he treat some people fucked up? Do y'all think that's not true? Like to Drake, he's probably thinking, well, damn, I ain't really treating people fucked up. I mean, you reach a certain status, certain people expect certain shit. People view you a certain way, right? So what I'm saying is this, Drake's not on trial, but here's my point. My point is this, reason for the trial is to show who's on fault. Thank you. I think I understand what Uncle P is saying, right? Because at the end of the day, if you think about this shit, right, the whole music business is fucking guilty. In my opinion, Uncle P, Doss, I think that's how you say it. But my whole thing would be, shit, you would have to say the whole music business is guilty. You can't blame just Puff Daddy. Cassie was involved, Puff involved, Gene Deal involved, all of them motherfuckers. Jay-Z, Beyonce, bring them all down. Like they put on fucking Twitter that was fucking trending. Okay, if Puff is guilty, let's talk about Clive Davis, who they say allegedly Clive Davis is the one who groomed him. Do you know who the fuck Clive Davis is? Like, let's keep this shit all the way real. She has to take accountability. But see, Uncle P, they telling me that, hey, I can't put Cassie on trial. But she in her text messages, she the one was asking for all of this shit. Go ahead, T-Banks. One mic on y'all. Because y'all trying to make it seem like I'm crazy, bro. I ain't crazy. I got ears.
Nah, and at the end of the day, you're not crazy. You know what I mean? Like you said, at the end of the day, and the lady said, it's so many people who, now that this information is coming out, they're going to say that Cassie is just as guilty as Diddy. But then you're going to have the other half that say, hey, wait a second, Cassie isn't on trial. So if we're going to come from the viewpoint of Cassie is just as guilty as Diddy, then yes, lock up the entire music industry. Absolutely. But if we're going to go from the angle of, okay, Diddy is the one on trial, based off of his charges and everything that's coming out, right now he's going to walk. Because there's no proof of racketeering. There's no proof of any of the crazy shit that they saying.
None of that shit.
Yeah, but this is just now, and this is why I keep
This is a goddamn
reiterating.
freak off trial. That's all it is, a
Exactly.
freak off trial.
But that's why I keep reiterating that we're only 5 days in. This is why I love what Khadijah said in regards to them attacking his character. Because again, this is day 5. Wait until we hit day 15, day 20, and the real shit is really coming out. You see what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this. So what do you think they're going to fucking try to prove? What are they going
At
to
the
prove
end-
at 15 date? Because they saying it's only a 2-month trial. What the fuck is they going to try to prove? What they going to do? Jimmy White's back. What they going to do? Try to tie him to the fucking Tupac shit? Tie him to the big shit? Tie him to the Kim Porter shit? What they going to try to do?
And that's the whole thing right there. They're going to drop all that, because I can almost guarantee you, for them to sit here and go through, and that one thing, and Jimmy White, he dead fucking right. The feds are not going to run up in your crib unless they know they got shit. They have a 99% motherfucking prosecution rate. They're not going to run into your shit if they don't know that they have you. So they have something on this man that is going to put him away. We don't know what it is yet, but they have something, because they're not going to waste the resources or the man hours to go and raid this man's multiple homes if he ain't gonna do nothing but get off. They have something on Diddy that is going to put the nail in the coffin, whether it be Kim Porter, whether it be Tupac, or whether it be Big. You see how Gene Deal out here running his mouth about every damn thing. They have something on this man. This is just the pretense. This is the prelude to what the fuck is really about to happen. This is just, okay, look, we got y'all, we have y'all attention. Oh, we gonna give y'all all the freak off stuff. This is the stuff y'all really wanted to know about, is the freak off shit.
Right.
Now, we gonna sit back here later on, and we gonna drop the bombs that y'all had no fucking idea about. Kim Porter, Tupac, Biggie, and anybody else that or anything else that may involve Diddy in a criminal manner that can tie him into a RICO charge.
Correct. And they can't hit you, and they can't hit you with a RICO charge unless it's sex, drugs, and murder.
And we already got the sex, we already got the drugs. The only thing we missing is the murder. That's Kim, Tupac, and Big. Let's talk about it.
Exactly. And they're gonna bring that up. That's why he should have took the plea deal. He's goofy, because they're gonna bring that up too. Watch.
Because again, look at how Gene Deal out here running his mouth.
Gene even had to take a plea deal and accept, I'm a plead guilty to this, but they're gonna throw this out. I know it because you have to experience that firsthand. I ain't gonna lie. They're gonna say, well, you got to take this, but all this got threw out. And you have to accept it. And they're gonna label you something. And then that's when you have to go through 7 to 9 years to get that behind you. Bro, you're going to he got to do something, bro. They got it. He's got it. Oh, you say
Jim White, my question is, got him with what? Jim White, got him with what?
What?
What do they got him with? Because all were saying let you cook. I'm saying got him with what?
Like T-Bank said, we on a day 5. Wait till they get to day 30 and 100. They gonna pull out all kind of shit. Watch. You said crank up the jury, right? Okay, we're gonna crank up the jury.
So they gonna motherfucking use Gene Deal. I'll be sure. So I already know what's coming.
All of them against him.
Man.
Keefy D, when Keefy D, Shine, J-Lo, all of them start showing up in that courtroom, y'all gonna say, oh, this shit is crazier than the baby oil. Watch.
And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Because
Just
again,
watch. Just
they're
look
not
around.
going to. That's one thing the Feds not
Now,
going
I'm
to
gonna
do.
tell
The
you how
Feds
they
are not
playing,
going to.
right?
They're not
What they
going to call
doing,
a
right?
RICO case.
Go ahead, T-Bane. Go ahead.
They're not going to call a RICO case, and they have nothing to support that claim. They're not.
Right.
That
Right.
is one thing they are not going to do.
Correct.
Your local police, they may do that shit, but when it comes to the Feds, they're not going to do that.
And
They're
they
not.
playing with him right now. The Feds playing with him, saying, we're gonna give you this minor shit, but okay, keep playing. You wanna go out? Okay, crank it off with him. Now we're gonna put everything else on you.
There it
And then
is.
they're gonna bring everything else on, and then they're gonna sink him, and then they're gonna give him life in prison. Watch.
Because you ready? They're just like, all right, you sat back, you done went into the store, you done stole some candy, you done got in a fight with somebody, you done stole somebody's bike, and you done slapped somebody, okay? And then your parents say, well, you know what? I'm gonna chastise you because you stole out the store. I ain't rocking with that. And then you sit back like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. Well, they say, oh, okay, well, you know what? Since you grown, since you feel like, oh, you don't give a shit about what we got, nah, because I know about you stealing the bike and I know about you slapping them two folks. You grounded for motherfucking 6 months. You was good at first because
Right.
they was just gonna hit you for taking that shit out the store. But
Right.
since you want to act grown and
Right.
like that shit don't phase you, now they're going to chastise you for everything that you've done. This is what the
Everything.
feds are doing to Diddy.
That's what they're gonna do to Diddy. Watch. And this ain't nothing. This the icing. They finna bring out the cake. Shit. They want to just get you with the bullshit, the bottle wars, but they finna bring out the real shit and say, okay, well, we got something for you. He's done, bro. He's done.
Yep.
He's
All right,
done.
y'all keep saying he done. Okay. Okay.
You gonna see.
All right,
These
Jim,
folks for the Fed-
how much
Fed-
how much you want to bet?
Hold up, Fed-
I wanna
one thing
bet-
you gotta
I wanna bet
understand.
some.
The
What?
one thing you gotta understand is me. I've been on mute. You
Thinker, I
have to
sent the link,
understand.
Thinker.
When
I sent it to
these
your Twitter
white
DM.
people, they court system is in your motherfucking business, boy. And when they come and play with you, they're going to play with you rough. They ain't bullshit. They not gonna look stupid. And this shit bigger than Thug. They gonna fuck over him.
Jim White. Now look at the Summer Jam screen. Because think about it. You brought up Keefe D. You got to think of Gene Deal. They said D-Rock might be talking. Let's
It
think
don't
about all
make
the
it
niggas.
Polo. It
Hold
don't make
on.
him accomplice. It
Jimmy
don't make
White,
him. I'm gonna tell you why.
You're full of shit.
Gene
Y'all full of
Deal
shit.
is a New York police officer, and he knew what his job was as an off-duty police officer.
No,
Gene
but Jimmy
Deal
White,
is the reason why he gonna get sunk. It's because if I pay the police to watch everything, they have to turn in all the information, and they got the evidence.
on,
Like
Jimmy
they got
White.
the evidence of him talking the night Big died to Big Meech and everybody else. They got all this. They had to turn that information over. They gonna get his ass. These are the things that Diddy should have said. All right, well, I'm gonna take the lesser charge, so they don't bring this shit out and use this against me. Because once that evidence, it's a wrap.
And that's a fact. Gene
Come
Deal,
on,
he was
Jimmy
an
White.
off-duty police officer. You gotta
He's a
understand something.
police officer.
He was an off-duty police officer.
His job is to report.
Hold on.
Lock
Because
him up.
now y'all niggas just running your mouth. Okay, Jim White, I heard y'all. Hold on. Because Jim White over talking me, that ain't gonna make your point better than mine, right? Okay, so Polo is saying, can I respond? Right? Because if Gene Deal witnessed all of that and he claims he witnessed, does that make him an accomplice? Yes, the fuck it does.
No, it doesn't.
Jimmy White, you gotta hold on. I already heard you in T-Banks. What I'm saying is
reported.
Okay, all right. So y'all just like that's nigga news. We're talking about how you gotta prove something, right?
That's police news. That's police evidence.
And I fucking respond, my nigga. All I'm telling you is this, right? Like Uncle P just said, y'all right, basically about this Fed shit, right? But they have to show absolute proof he killed somebody. Not just what Al B. Sure thinks, not just what fucking Gene Deal think. Jimmy White, this is the way the courts is set up. What is wrong with y'all? What I'm saying is this, right? Like a lot of this, man, bro. Like, who is that? What background is that? Oh, that's Jimmy White shit. Like, fuck all that shit. If we're gonna keep it real, right? We're talking about number one, New York, and then on top of that, in the court of law, is what you gotta prove, Jimmy White. You cannot put Big Pac and all of them niggas murders on no fucking Diddy. You can't do it. You gotta prove it in the court of law. You can't just say, "Oh, well, such and such did such and such." Like you gotta like. Let me remind y'all, right? In case if people just don't know, do y'all not know where the fucking RICO Act came from? That was to bring down the mob.
I see you. Yep.
So in today's time, right? If they was able to prove because they had what was it, Sammy the Bull? I don't know if y'all old enough, right? Yeah, I'm an old motherfucker. I'm telling my age. But Sammy the Bull. If the fucking government didn't have a Sammy the Bull, they're not taking down no fucking mob. They had to get key people that was a part of the system. Right now, this Puff Daddy shit is just him up there. There's no co-defendants. Jimmy White, where the fuck is the co-defendants? Using Cassie, talking about a freak off, using Gene Deal that's gonna talk about some shit. Puff been let him go. Nigga, that was 15 years ago. He can't say Keefy D. What the fuck? It's his word against Keefy D. Keefy D can't prove he did something to no Tupac. So all that shit was zip, in case y'all don't know. I'm saying some shit that, you know, I probably shouldn't be saying, but man, all this, he offered $1 million, that shit Gene Deal talking about. You got to prove that. There's no receipts to say Puff actually wanted to give $1 million to Zip for that shit to go down.
Now you ready?
That's just internet shit.
Now, Freddie B, I'm gonna say it just like this. A nigga like Diddy, he gonna keep all types of receipts. What do you think the purpose was of raiding his motherfucking cribs, getting all of his computers, all of that shit? That nigga Diddy has records. He has to.
No, he has records of what? Tell me, records of the freak offs, or are you talking about? I'm talking about because hold on, T Banks. Listen where I'm going with this. I'm going with this because Jimmy White, right now, we're seeing that this is nothing but a freak off case. This is not no Rico, no racketeering, none of that. So what Jimmy White is implying is that, okay, so they finna bring up some bodies. So this is what the Tupac, the Big, the Kim shit. This is what Al B. Sure represents if he really get his ass up there, right? All this is just speculation what we're talking about in this room. But let's say Al B. Sure gets up there and he tried to convince the world that Puff Daddy tried to kill him. That's why he was in a coma, right? Because that's what Al B. Sure has been promoting. Let's say Al B. Sure implies or insinuate that Puff has something to do with Kim Porter. He has to, you got to prove these things. You just can't get up there and say, I believe. Where's the fucking evidence? So T Banks, he ain't got no evidence of none of that shit.
But
T Banks,
this is why I keep bringing up the fact that the feds ain't gonna run up in your shit if they don't know and have the shit that they need. That's the point right there. They
and
have
the point of this right here, right? And not to cut you off.
let him finish, Jimmy White. Jimmy White, let him finish.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let him finish. Then I'm gonna cook because that shit you saying.
Yeah, but Jimmy White, but let the man finish, man. You gotta stop doing it. You just be over talking people. Man, go ahead, T Banks, and then he can go.
Because at the end of the day, again, the feds prosecution rate is 99%, which means the moment that they run up in your shit, they already know. They have what they need. They just want some more shit. That's the point of the feds running. That's why that was such a big deal when they raided that man houses. Because anybody who understands how the feds move, they're not running up in your shit if they are not 110% sure that they got you on something. They're not. They're not going to waste their time, their resources, or their manpower if they don't know that they have something on you. This is why I say it's just day 5. All of this shit hasn't come out yet. So there could be witnesses that we don't know nothing about. There may not be no key star witness that comes out and speaks on this shit. It could be somebody that nobody fucking thought of. Take J-Lo out the picture, take everybody that was really directly involved in his entourage. Even if he didn't have something that if he was not directly a part of the death of Kim Porter, there's somebody along that trail that was. All the feds got to do is find one person. All right, look, this is what you gonna do, or we gonna give you life. Man, fuck that. And let me know when the trial is. Don't worry about it. We gonna keep you over here until it's time for you to come and get on that motherfucking stand. And once you get off, we're gonna put you in protective custody because we understand the power that this man has. That's how that works. That's why I say look, we only starting. We are just stepping into this shit. Right now, this is the character assassination of Diddy. That's what's going on right now. The hard evidence to convict him of the Rico charge has not come out yet. That's the point of it all.
Okay. T Banks. I get what you're saying, and then Jimmy White, it's on you. And I don't know if you're there. I'm just making sure you is on the stage. But here's my point then, Jimmy White, it's gonna be on you, right? My thing, T Banks, is this. Y'all leaving out one key point. In the court of law, it's what you can fucking prove. Like y'all going off with some shit. Y'all see, this is the problem with fucking how the fuck I take this shit off? I need to take this off. Okay, cool. Y'all keep going off shit what niggas on YouTube be fucking doing, right? Just bringing up shit and saying shit that, oh, well, this is what we know. Like, that's that fake woke shit. Well, we know Puff has something to do with Big and Pac and Cam. Like, what? Like you said, if they don't have a witness that was there, that to say he physically did this, that, and the third, and that person gets on that stand and says it, nigga, it's not real. You got to prove it. That's my point. And then go ahead, Jimmy White, because Uncle P, I think that's who's that? Let me switch back.
That's not.
I'm pretty sure that 1% that gets off is the billionaires. Hell yeah. See, Wally, that's all I'm saying. But they forgetting that part. You gotta find an actual witness. That's why I used the Rico, meaning it was to bring down the mob. You had to have a Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull in the Rico. Hold on, Jimmy White. Sammy the Bull in the fucking mob, right? He was the hitter. He was what y'all call, what them young folks called it today, Jimmy White, the fucking he was sliding. He was sliding for the mob. So they had the number one slider of the motherfucking mob. Sammy the Bull told on everybody. So if you ain't got the motherfucker who actually did it or was there and they get up on the stand and point the finger and say, now that motherfucker right there did it, then you don't have a case. Not your job to prove it. But y'all keep saying the feds got proof. The feds got proof. No, the feds got a bunch of wannabe motherfuckers who assuming some shit, but I'm pretty sure they ain't got no evidence. Go ahead, Jim White, and then think.
They got the fucking evidence. They got Keefy D admitting the shit. They got the $1 million check that he paid for the hit on Big and fucking Tupac. They got all this shit in court. It's documented. They already got it. Gene
there is no check. Stop lying.
Wait a minute. Stop over talking me because I don't over talk nobody.
My shit,
I got to rebuttal all this fake ass shit.
That's a lie. Ain't no damn $1 million check.
Can't tell me shit. But I tell you this. Y'all niggas want Gene Deal on the stand, but Gene Deal already cooperated because he's a New York undercover police officer who presented the evidence. Told Cassie to get the fucking phone up. That's why they using Cassidy, but they using her for the weaker charges. Okay, you want to play hardball? We're gonna play hardball. We're gonna present all this other shit. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Gene Deal is not gonna be on no fucking trial. Diddy's on trial. Stop bringing up other people. They got who they want. They got the top nigga that they really wanted, and it's motherfucker. Stop playing with that toy. What I say? Sit down. So the whole point is they got the fucking Diddy. They got him. They got all the evidence. Trust me. This is what T-Banks is saying. I'm co-signing it. They're going to bring all that out. You can't tell me because I'm going to say this. I'm going to shut up in 30 seconds. They will say, we got all this on you, Jimmy White. We're going to throw all this out because they had no evidence. But 15 motherfuckers try to tell. Ain't nobody short for court. But they're going to say, well, you got to plead after this if you want to get out today. They did it the thug. Boom. You're going to take this probation, this parole, and there it is. Diddy, they got everything on Diddy. They got all the evidence. They got everybody witnessing everybody. J-Lo, you don't confess. Kim Kardashian, all these celebrities. You got to tell us what happened or you going to jail. They not going to jail. They all point the finger at Diddy. They got the evidence. They ran up in his crib. They got all the tapes. They know what happened. They know all parties involved. And they got all the evidence, the cameras and everything to prove everybody that was involved, you won't go against him too. And if you don't tell, you going to jail. They not going to jail. So they all saying Diddy did it. They know what he did. Did Diddy do it? Did he do it? Yes, he did. So he's going to jail. He's goofy for not taking a plea deal. He's going to jail, and they're going to send his ass up the road for a long fucking time. Why? Because they do got the evidence, and fucking Gene Deal is a key fucking witness. That's why Gene Deal is a threat. He try to pay Gene Deal. He's paying people all to try to say, don't say this, don't do this, fucking keep it real. But they got his ass, and if he didn't want to plea out to these fucking weaker charges, this freak off shit, they're going to bring out the real gangster shit. And Puff, it's done, bro. It's nothing you can say about how another motherfucker, and they ain't got nothing on him about that. Yes, they do. They just try to get him to cop out to the lesser shit. So you want to play hardball, you want to go to trial, they're going to bring all of that shit out on him and sink his stupid ass. So Wallow, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And anybody here, you don't know what you're talking about. You've never been to jail. You don't know how these people play. These courtrooms, these judges is crooked as fuck. And when they got you, they got you. That's what the feds do. And the feds got him. The fucking National Guard, fucking Homeland Security got him. They're not going in if they ain't got their facts together. Fuck out of here. They got his ass.
Okay, cool. All right, now, number one, let me address this, right? Which that's his what up, Ape? My boy Ape in the building. Thinker, you there, Thinker?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, just let me know whenever you can speak. I was on because you was supposed to go next.
Just whenever you ready. Okay, I'm just here. Yeah.
Okay, let me just address what he just said, right? When they raided his house, they was looking for the video footage, right? That's in his homes because they was looking for extra video footage of these freak offs. That's the reason why in this case right now, see, I like to deal with the facts. Right? They saying that some of the freak off videos only the jury will see, not even the people in the courtroom will see. That's what they wanted. They wanted that surveillance. They was not in the courtroom. I mean, raiding his different homes, looking for no shit about no evidence about no fucking bodies. Not no Tupac shit, not none of that shit. But I get it. Hey, that's what y'all talking about on YouTube. Cool. Let them niggas get up there on that stand, because Gene Deal and a bunch of them, which, hey, they gonna say they civilians, because that's, I guess that's y'all new rules. Y'all can get on stand, and since you're a civilian, you can snitch. So, hey, if a nigga get up there and say, oh, well, Puff Daddy did it, okay, then get your ass up there and be labeled as a goddamn rat. Just get up there and be a rat. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But I will say this about Puff Daddy before think or go. At least everybody who thought Puff Daddy will fold into my, oh, he finna tell. Puff ain't told on one person yet. His name is not in nobody's paperwork. Y'all have called Puff everything in the fucking book. Y'all want to see him locked the fuck up. But I tell you this, he ain't did no rat shit. I thought he was the sucker. When Cassie set her ass up there and told my, oh, she remember when goddamn it, he had the tools or the hammers to go after Suge Knight. Remember, I thought Puff was the sucker. Puff ain't snitching on nobody. He taking it, he doing his time like a man, but y'all running around being rats. Man, let me shut up. Go ahead, thinker. That shit crazy to me.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Val. Yeah, all I want to say is, first of all, T-Banks, I'm not a feminist. At all, by far, I'm not a feminist. I'm like the furthest away from the feminist. So the point I was making is, just what I'm doing is I am looking at the law. I'm also looking at how the strategy behind this case. So the defense is cross-examining Cassie, and they're doing their job. Okay, so they're doing their job as defense lawyers. They're supposed to do that. When you look at cases, what they do is they piece together evidence. So you get a piece of evidence from this part, a piece of evidence from this part. You may not get all of the evidence from just one witness or one piece of a document or something like that. So when you listen to Cassie, you listen to how they're questioning her, there is a piece of evidence that's small, but it is a piece of evidence that they got from her. They established that there was an operation to procure sex workers. Fact. That's just one piece of evidence. It's not the whole case, but it's one piece. The other part of the RICO statute says that there has to be a pattern that was maintained and that you were associated with it. There also has to be some type of gain. It doesn't mean monetary. It doesn't mean, it can be sex. It could be it could be different things. So there are pieces that I see them stringing together, and I think it's too early to like say who's going to win or who's not going to win or what the jury is thinking. But what I'm doing is I'm looking at facts. I'm not getting distracted over the freaks, because both of them are freaks. Both of them are freaks. You know, to me, both of them love sex or whatever. But to me, I'm looking at what are the pieces of evidence that they're trying to pull out and string together. Another thing that happens in court is you have precedent cases. So it's not like there are no precedent cases for the feds to base it off of. So nobody's talking about like, what are the prior precedent cases that they can pull into this? They haven't pulled it in yet. So I'm like, I wonder what case they're going to pull in. Also, so Freddie, you asked the question, you had a good point, I think, around they should get everybody in the industry. They should lock up everybody. I think that's a very good point, because if this case is found guilty on whatever they find him guilty on, that case now becomes the precedent for future cases. So whatever they accuse him of, whatever he down selects for, or whatever it is, downgrades, whatever that is, becomes the next precedent. So if they do get him on all of this RICO stuff and it becomes a new precedent, then you're right. They can go use that against whoever they want to get. So I'm not looking at the fact that Cassie wanted it or she didn't want it or whatever, she was stupid or she was sending him. I'm not even getting caught up in that, because that's what the defense is supposed to do. I'm just looking at what are the pieces of evidence that are going to come out on him. So all I see right now in this testimony is they have established that there is some kind of operation that was running sex workers across the state line. That's all I'm saying, by law. And so everything else, it doesn't matter to me, like who wanted it and how they did it or whatever. It's just they're pulling pieces of evidence. And I want to see all the pieces of evidence so I can see the whole puzzle. So I'm just looking at this like, this is the prosecutor's case to lose. This is a softball case. If they lose this case and don't prove it, then that's when you got to really be worried, because it's too easy to win. Too easy. It's a softball case. So if they lose it, I'm gonna be like, wow, who's really behind the situation? So it's a softball case if you look at the law.
But my question to you would be this, right? And Abe said you got your big mic in today. No, Abe, I think she's in the car. I think it's not on that Bluetooth.
Yeah, I'm in the car. Does it sound too loud, Freddie? I'm in the car.
No, you good. No, see, them the kind of mics we used to. We call it a big mic, because your mic, you ain't got that T Banks. T Banks might be fucked up, and he be using them stupid ass AirPods. No. But thinker, right? What Uncle P brought up, that was something that was key. Cassie is supposed to be the key witness. Only reason why they jumped the line with her is because they saying she's due any day now and could possibly have the baby this weekend. But she was listed as the number one key witness. That means nobody else is higher of a witness than her. So if her whole thing, right, and now she's in cross-examination, at this point, they have no case. It's just a bunch of fucking sex, drugs, and rock and roll and freak-offs.
Well, to that point, like, I got charged one time. I got charged in a case one time, okay? And the prosecutors, and I was innocent, okay? So I'm just telling you, like Jimmy was saying, I was innocent. But here's what happened. The prosecutor knew that there was no evidence, like, coming out from any witness. The only witnesses said that I was innocent. They didn't bring those, witnesses on the stand, my defense attorney. But what happened is they can introduce evidence from the state based on law and can make you guilty. The reason I was innocent, so the truth came out. The lady that had accused me, she actually came out and said, oh, I really was making up that stuff and I'm not coming to court. So that's how the prosecution really failed. But they had a whole case that lasted a year, that they were just putting stuff down. He said, she said. To your point, Cassie said, he said, she said. But the prosecution, if they want to pull out documents, receipts, that's where I'm looking to. What kind of physical documents and receipts? In my case, there was no physical documents, there was no receipt, there was nothing. It was just a he say, she said. So when that he say, she said didn't come through, the case fell through, because the lady said I was just lying. I actually stole her money, and they was like, dog, joke's on you. So I'm looking at what is the physical evidence that they have, not necessarily just the witnesses, but what other evidence do they have? Her witness testimony is going to give us one or some, but I'm curious about what other evidence do they have, and I haven't seen a whole list of evidence, because I don't know if they put that publicly, put that out. But what other evidence do they have that's not in the form of a witness?
That's what I'm saying. Like what they put out, thinker, is this, right? They have these videos that they're saying that they're only going to show the jury, like the people in the courtroom that's allowed to be in the courtroom. They won't even be able to see it. Only the jury is going to be able to see this. And what they're saying, the prosecution is saying this will prove that he was forcing her to do things. But Puff's side, or the defense, is saying you will be able to determine in these videos that Cassie was the one in control of everything. And the defense is okay with these private videos they have video footage of the freak offs. That's why I was saying when they did these raids and they was trying to take all this camera footage and all, they was looking for more evidence of Puff basically being the person being aggressive, the people who he have basically video footage of, and trying to get them to, call them to the stand, all this old weird shit, right? So to me, that tells me if that's your number one key witness, Cassie, you don't have nothing. Because like you said, based off, if they just going off freak off videos and based off what we've heard her say for 5 days, they don't have no fucking case. Not to me personally. Not to me. That's not a case, because this has nothing to do with a RICO. Has nothing to do with sex trafficking. This is about they freaky ass ways and they two nasty motherfuckers. That's it. Because I'm like, what is done? Because the next two, in case if you guys don't know, the next two people they saying is supposed to testify is Don Richardson, Richard, whatever name is, from Danny DeCane, and Aubrey O'Day from Danny DeCane. So what the fuck they finna get up there and talk about? I
I do know that it's definitely, wild and entertaining. It is like it's drama in the courtroom. Like this is the trial of the century. Of the decade. They're saying, but I'm just curious. So the videos, that's some evidence. I want to see what kind of receipts they have. Different things like that. I want to see the pieces of evidence come together, because if they do this case right, if you look up the RICO law, Cassie is proving that she was procuring sex workers across the state lines. And so that's one of the pieces of evidence that you have to prove in this RICO case. Is other things around establishing a group of associates. So if she can establish there was 1, 2, 3 folk that were involved in this, it doesn't have to be a big organization. If the prosecutors can prove that there was a few people involved in this, then that's another piece of evidence. So all I'm doing is I want to see how the prosecutor put this string this evidence together. And I don't want to get caught up. I know Cassie was a freak. Oh, and the point I was making about Lady Bird, which Lady Bird was saying, and I agree with Lady Bird, when you are and this is just me coming from seeing a lot of young girls and everything, and some women don't want to admit this when they get older, Freddie, because they don't want to say that they were vulnerable like that. Some women, when they get older, they don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. It's like when you're 19, when you're 18, when you're 20, there's something mysterious about a grown man, because your hormones are high, you are developing, and you are coming into your own, and you got your body. It's something that goes on in a young girl's body when a grown man wants you. It's something that a young girl experiences. Now, young men, they might not experience. I've never been a young boy, but there's something that's so mystique about this. And if you're not careful, if you don't have the right folk around you, if your mind is not right, and number one, if you're a freak anyhow, you're gonna fall for it. So I do think Cassie was a freak. I think she was a hoe. I think whatever. I don't feel sorry for her. I really don't. I don't feel sorry for her. But what I do know, there is a way that older men, when they know how to pull you in, and it feels good. If these older women admit it, it feels good. So you have to really be able to be smart enough to be like, wait a minute, this ain't the business. And I don't know if that was her moral compass. It doesn't seem like that was her moral compass. For me, when men used to do that, I'd be like, oh God, I could catch myself. But I dated somebody that was 10 years older than me, but I was much older. I was like 27 and they was 37, But when I was younger, there were a lot of older men, a lot of them. But my mind said, oh yeah, don't do this. I don't know if Cassie had that because she was already a freak. I wasn't a freak. I wasn't a hoe. So I wasn't trying to just, go that way. So that's what I think Lady Bird was talking about. A grown man can really seduce. The word is seduce. It's something about it where you like, God, so this man know how to do it. That's what I think I'm saying when it comes to young girls and older men. A man knows how to seduce that young girl to get whatever he wants. And I'm not saying Puffy did it, but a grown man knows how to do that to a young girl.
And
I have to disagree with it.
Hold on, Jimmy White. But because I'm gonna get to Uncle P said she booked most of the prostitutes, right? I guess that's another part of what Thinker is bringing up. And then, but Krista brought up a key point, Thinker. That's true, everything what you're saying, but how can you prove that in court? And then Wally says you can't. So it's like, I get it. The mindset is like, y'all looking at it from that aspect, from a, well, damn, I've been in this situation before, yada, yada, whatever. But you have to prove that. Because if you're looking at the evidence because you got to go off what's being presented to you from the defense. The defense is showing her own words where she was initiating all of this shit. And she said, right, don't forget her famous quote at this point now. I enjoyed the freak offs. She wanted them. And then I forget the T-Banks. What the fuck? What was the other shit she said? Somebody like she
wanted it uncontrollable.
And she wanted
I believe that. I believe her on that.
No. But Thinker, that I understand that. But what I'm saying is when you hear these things and you sit in that jury box, The first thing I'm pretty sure what they saying, well, wait a minute, didn't you just say he was forcing you? But now these text messages is saying something different. So you can't prove it. It's going to be hard. Because
yeah, but that's not the part I'm talking. That's not the part I'm talking about. So that's why I said the part about the young girl and all that. That's not the part. The part I'm talking about is the fact that she procures sex workers. Nothing about if she wanted it and young and all of that.
That's what I'm asking. But where
Because so this is what I'm saying. When she admitted, this is not the defense digging in on this. This is on the prosecutor side. So right now we're hearing the defense. We're hearing them cross-examining her. So I wouldn't expect them to dig on that. Like if I was on the defense team, I would not dig on that part.
But you know they brought it up. I'm talking about the prosecution. Like they already went.
Yeah, the prosecution brought it up.
When they brought it up, they still it didn't hit home. Is what I'm saying.
No, it's not gonna hit. It's one piece of evidence. That's only one piece. And what'll happen when those juries, when they go back and they get their orders, when they come out when this trial is almost done, right? They will get special orders from the team, the legal team, and the judge. The judge will sit them down and say this. This is what RICO means. This is what sex trafficking means. This is what you need to look for. Now, the doubt part is true. If there's no doubt, then most of the time, if it's doubt in there, then most of the time the person is innocent. But they teach them how to actually look at the law because these are just regular folk. So there's one piece of evidence that Cassie said, and they may have receipts, they may have text message, they may have documents, they may have the sex workers. They got one sex worker, but he said he got paid $5,000, $2,000, whatever. So they got pieces of evidence that said there was sex workers being procured. She booked them. He said he got paid for it. So there's some evidence there, and I want to see what kind of paperwork they also have. Maybe that's where they're pulling these hotel receipts or something like that. And that one hotel that they had the video with Cassie, maybe they had the hotel receipt from that one. The point I'm making, to me, they have pulled one piece of evidence. They haven't pulled it all, but they pulled one piece. They got to establish this case, like 6 different things they need to establish. Did they procure sex workers? Was he associated with it? Was it going across state lines? Was there a group of people involved? 1, 2, 3 others. Was he associated? I think I said that. Is there a pattern of these things over 10 years? It can't be like, oh, I want to just throw a freak out party once in my life or whatever when I get 40. That's not RICO or sex trafficking, right? That's a lower charge, and they may reduce the charges. But there was an over 10-year period where they have receipts. The feds cannot bring up RICO and sex trafficking if they can establish a 10-year period. So I want to see the 10-year periods of other receipts. That's all I'm saying around this. And I don't think that we can just, I wouldn't just look at that on Cassie's testimony. I just see one piece of evidence coming from her and Daniel Phillips, whoever. That's all I see. They have established procuring sex workers. That's it.
This is my take on it when it comes to Jimmy White. Black women ain't nothing but young bitches. It don't matter. They hoes. They mamas, older black women is out here telling younger black women, fuck with a nigga who got some money. So they start fucking with a motherfucking black man who got some money. They do whole shit. Then they turn around and put white people in black men's lives when it don't go their way just to get some money out that black man. That's it. Cassie's a hoe. She's a real freak. And then you're going to have a whole bunch of Me Too movement black women coming in talking about, oh, we going to feel sorry for Cassie. He took advantage of her. No, he didn't. She wanted to be a hoe, like Mary Magdalene in the Bible. She just a hoe. Because think about it. White women ain't talking about this type of shit. Mexicans ain't talking about it. Latinos ain't doing it. The Asians ain't going through this. Only black women is talking about fucking getting paid millions of fucking dollars from a rich black man for a fucking freak off. These hoes is hoes. You got bitches on Instagram and motherfucking OnlyFans. Black women are selling pussy on X After Dark at the motherfucking Instagram. They got all this see-through fishing that shit on. They selling pussy 24/7. They've been selling on Craigslist. motherfucking My Planet, since My Black Planet, since motherfucking whatever the fuck that shit was called. When they were selling pussy over there, they selling on OnlyFans.
Oh, that you took it way back, Jimmy. That's a long time. You went way. That's good. Good.
You know how girls
All
on
these
Black
bitches is
Planet
selling
be
pussy
when they
publicly
get
on
bubbly.
Instagram. They going to Dubai, selling pussy, letting them Arabs shit on them for $5,000. These hoes is hoes. That's it. Black women are doing this. And then they listen to these older hoes, right? Because they older hoes telling them, bitch, get your money. And then when they get their money out of P. Diddy, because he peeing on you bitches for some money, bitch, you wanted to get paid to get some peed on. And now you want to make it look like Puff is wrong for peeing on these bitches. And R. Kelly was first, not Diddy. Come on, this is a fucking whole fucking, this is a repeated cycle. But black women out here is being hoes. So I have to say, I have to disagree with that. Like older men is taking advantage. It's a young nigga dream. When I was 16, 17 years old, I'm fucking a bitch 35. That was my dream. That bitch didn't fucking manipulate me. I want to fuck with older women. Older woman. When a bitch, a bitch, a woman, fuck that. A bitch, woman, whatever. Fuck a nigga, she's 18, 20, 21. She fucking a nigga 30, 35. She did that because she want to. Because Dre out here fucking 2 basketball players, and them niggas they number 23, and that bitch 40-something years old. So what's about that? Fucking Jada Pinkett did it. Fucking what's the other one named? The Tracy Ellis Ross. She doing it. Fucking young niggas. And she's not manipulating them niggas. Them niggas want to fuck an older woman. So you can't say that older men are manipulating younger women. So the older women, the older young nigga that playing basketball in the NBA, that motherfucking drill face ain't manipulating. He want to fuck an older woman. He want to have a baby with her. He thinks she cute. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you wore out. You a dead battery. So they just fucking, that's it. But they got to stop saying somebody manipulated them. This bitch, Cassie, was freaked off. She wanted to get freaked off. She wanted to sell pussy. She wanted him to fuck other women. She wanted to watch him do all this. She was participating in this shit. This is just a fucking thing that's happening in the black community. That's it. And we have to embrace and accept this shit, not lean on our understanding, just to understand this is what's happening. The hoes is hoes.
Jim White, stop putting it on the black community.
They really want to fuck niggas with
Hitler?
money. Black women want to fuck. They only out here fucking with a nigga who got some money. All that's why everybody's running around. That's a black man saying they got a bag. They want to fuck rappers, basketball players. Angela Reese right now supposed to be playing in the WNBA. That bitch ain't worried about playing no fucking basketball. She's over here trying to fuck rappers who got a bag. She want to fuck. That's what they're doing. They don't give a fuck. They want to fuck a nigga with money. That's my point.
Stop
then
yelling, Jimmy.
Shit hit the fan. The point I'm making, because we're gonna stick right there, right? Because I ain't gonna put fucking a circle in a square.
Wait, Khadijah
right?
be flying Jimmy White.
I'm not gonna put a circle in a square.
Khadijah,
Cassie is a hoe. She represents all these hoes that wants to fuck with a nigga with a bunch of money, but bitch, you got $20 million. You shouldn't be on the stand.
Jimmy White, Khadijah be sex trafficking you?
No,
what is T-Banks talking about?
You want to troll. You want to troll. I'm telling them fucking too. See, you playing.
Oh,
you want to play
you be
games.
sex trafficking Jimmy.
You want to play games.
Ooh, how much you make, Jimmy, on that?
You want to play games. See, y'all want to troll now. So we ain't keeping it real about the case now. We ain't on the P. Diddy case now. We on the P. and Diddy case now. So we just trolling. Ain't nobody sex trafficking me. I would be a hoe. What type of man? I'm answering the question effectively. What the fuck do I look like letting a woman sex traffic me? I ain't shit. God gonna destroy me. That would make me a male prostitute. You can't buy me on Craigslist. You can't buy me on X or fucking Twitch. You can't buy me. I can't be bought. I'm only gonna fuck with you and lay in a bed with you because I love you and I want to be with you.
Boy, you said you woke up yesterday and didn't know what was going on, and your wife was
money
that
can't
girl
do
was
that.
trying to Cassie
I don't
you.
give a fuck. I know
You
a
said
lot
that
of
girl
rich
was trying to
women.
Cassie you
I
yesterday.
know a lot of rich women. I decided not
Did
to
your
be
girl
with the
Cassie
women
you yesterday and you
if
woke
I
up
don't
naked?
love you, I'm not going to be with you. Period. If I fuck with you,
T-Banks, I bet you won't answer that question.
I love you. But if I love you and we can talk and we can be conscious, I can love you. I only make love to people I love. I'm not making love to no woman.
So when you called me yesterday and said you woke up naked and you had to ask that girl, did she Cassie you? Did she manipulate you then? Was she P. Diddy in you or Cassie in you?
Trolling, you taking a little bit of the truth.
That's the troll.
You're taking a little bit of the truth and fucking mixing it and trolling. So you're trolling. You see how this nigga see go to VVS?
You said you woke up butt naked.
Yeah, I know what I'm dealing with, right? He finna mix it all up. He finna tell a little bit of the truth, lie a little bit.
Well, you tell it. Okay,
so
but tell us
I was like, damn, I didn't
he woke up butt naked. He said, damn.
Nothing to do with
bro, I woke up butt naked, man. I don't know what she did.
Who I'm laying in a bed with ain't got nothing to do with what happened. That ain't got shit to do with the fucking point I'm making. You're really in a fucking conversation, bitch. So that's the whole point. So we can go there, though. You know, I can go all over the place on VVS Diamond. The whole fucking point, I'm not laying in the bed with nobody, bro, and because I fucking want some money. We talking about the Diddy and the Cassie case. I'm staying focused. That bitch is a hoe. She wanted a hoe. She wanted to participate in his whole activities and freak it off and the freak show. That's what the fuck's going on. And down the line, the murder shit gonna happen too, because they can't lock you up for a Rico for a freak show. They know he's P Valley because the white people turned him out and made him suck dick and fuck niggas in the ass because he was over there letting Malcolm in the Middle or whatever the fuck his name from the Urkel show suck his dick, and they got the evidence of that too. He was on the fucking TD Jakes in the ass. Diddy.
Hold on.
So TD Jakes stepped down from the pool pit.
What a pool
Diddy got caught at the Diddy party.
Then why you be
That's
talking like
evidence.
you was in the room with them folks?
Fuck you talking about, nigga? Okay,
What was
y'all
you, the
keep trolling, but
co-director?
I'm dropping facts. So my
What?
whole
Boy,
fucking
ain't
point
no
is
damn facts.
everybody
None of
knew
that
he was
shit.
a motherfucking fucking Diddy P Valley same-sex marriage motherfucker. The white people turned him out. Now they turned against him. That's what happens in our community. And then they're gonna make the black people look goofy and let us argue about this fuck shit. That's what's happening. And then we want to blame, a man is taking advantage of a young bitch. No, that young motherfucker wanted to fuck. Solomon had a young bitch. She wanted to fuck, but she was fucking God. She knew she was fucking the devil. Bitch.
Wait, who?
Ain't no real woman finna fuck a demon. A real woman gonna fuck God and have a God's baby. She gonna fuck the devil.
Wait, what is
She
a
knew
God's
she was
baby?
fucking the devil when what the fuck do your woman, let's say Freddie and Thinker is
what?
married. Then Freddie's telling Thinker, we gonna bring T Banks and Jimmy White in. She don't love you. She wants you to get married too.
See, you're right.
This is not like
You're right. Stop trying to bring us into your freak off.
That's
We ain't
our
got nothing to do
bitch
with you and Diddy.
I'm just
freak
saying
off,
though,
Jimmy
let's
White.
keep it real. The young nigga say, let's keep it real. Nigga. Ain't nobody finna sit up T-Banks. Jimmy White is not finna. T-Banks, Khadijah ain't got no business. Khadijah ain't got no business. Tell you, T-Banks, you tell Khadijah, I'm bringing Jimmy White in so Jimmy White can watch us. And then now you say, no, I just want to see you and Jimmy White make love. I just want to see you fuck somebody else. So Jimmy White ain't a fucking Khadijah. Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
Oh,
But T-Banks said he want two women
That's
in
the
the
freak
room.
off.
What's the difference?
That's the freak off. That ain't
Yeah, back
shit.
to the
That's
swinger belt.
money. What the fuck? I look like
See,
watching
money.
him and this bitch fuck.
I
I
told
ready to go
T-Banks-
find two women. Jimmy White will go find two women and have my own
T-Banks said he
fucking
can
freak
have
off.
multiple
And I
wives.
ain't bringing none of you niggas in there. That's between me and them. Fuck
So
you
a
talking
man
about?
can't
That's
have two
the
women in
between
the
King
bedroom?
Solomon and this bitty shit. Solomon
Wait,
was just
what?
having. It was one man and a bunch of women. He wasn't bringing men in. That's Solomon Glamore activity. That's Solomon Glamore. That's Solomon Glamore. Ain't no man watching another man fuck his woman. You want to look at him because right then we watch
I'm
porn.
saying,
Yeah.
so a man
We watch
can't have
porn.
two women
We
in the
watch
bedroom?
porn though. You watch porn. Everybody
No.
watch porn.
No,
But what I
and
look like
per-
watching a real man in real time.
Oh,
Drill
man, Jimmy
something
White
else.
want to rant, man, bro. I'm not. No, you
That's
know.
not
I
real.
see
We
it.
talking about the Diddy case. This is what's
Man,
happening.
I was asking that man a question, bro. You just that. Well, hey, well, fuck it, nigga. I don't give a fuck. That ain't no Sodom and Gomorrah shit. If I want two women in the
right,
bedroom,
Chris.
that ain't
Back
no
to the
demonic
swinger
shit.
belt. We turn this shit into the swinger belt.
No, you trying to turn it into the P Diddy party, and that's not about to happen. You talking about being in the bedroom with Khadijah and T-Banks. No, I don't know. We ain't doing all that. Ain't doing all that. But ain't nothing wrong with a man having. Jimmy White, don't you know what? Don't scold me.
They
You said what,
not
Khadijah?
penalized. They not talking about no menage a trois, nothing like
Right.
that. They
I
don't
don't
care
know what
nothing
Jimmy White
about
talking about.
The
Yeah, they-
woman watching
Jimmy
him,
White-
they mixing it
Jimmy
up.
White.
Shut up, Jimmy White.
Jimmy White. I know
Two
you
men,
like
one
menage.
woman.
I know your girl, Jimmy White. I know your girl like menage a trois, but they not talking about no menage a trois right now.
I'm not bringing no another man in the room with me and my woman.
Well, you act like it. That dog, you
I'm
be
not
having the
doing it.
dogs in
Diddy
it. Do them
did.
dogs count?
Diddy did it. That's
Well,
my
what about
point.
them dogs?
I'm not doing that.
No, that's not what they talking about.
I
Jimmy.
bring
They're
in
not
another
talking about an
woman.
orgy. Listen, Jimmy White. If your woman, Ash, I'm gonna move on.
Oh, it's-
I'ma-
to the feedback.
Jimmy White.
Hey, that nigga-
Jimmy White.
Hey,
Jimmy
Yeah, he
White.
about to
If
lie.
your
Yeah,
woman,
make him lie.
if your woman say, Jimmy, I'm gonna bring in 2 hoes tonight. Will you get with us? And then y'all in there, you say, yeah, y'all get in there. Then a man slide through on the side. What you gonna tell him? Get out?
He finna get shot. On
Yeah,
site.
No, he
I
ain't,
agree,
Jimmy. You
Jimmy.
just did it.
Hey,
You
yeah,
just
I
did
He
agree,
it,
get shot on site.
Jimmy.
Yes,
Jimmy.
She knows
this.
this. He's getting shot on site.
So your woman can
She
convince
knows
you
this.
to
He's
a
getting
menage
shot
a
on
trois,
site.
right? Or
He's
your
getting
woman
shot on site. She know I don't even like niggas in the house, period.
Jimmy,
Period.
you know that's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay.
You
All
gonna
right,
be
I'm
like,
telling
look,
you, man.
Think of what you should. You was better off with the first one, right? Because let's fully make him contradict himself. Because I got to get out of here too before because they finna go on break in the courtroom anyway, and I gotta eat now. But no, here's what Thinker was asking, right, Jim White. Your girl come to you right now and say, look, I got 2 baddies.
Won't happen.
I want them in the bedroom with us. You
Won't
ain't
happen.
doing it? He's full of shit.
She's not bringing no niggas. She know my temperament.
I
She
didn't say
knows
Jimmy
I'll
White.
snap.
Shut the fuck, Jimmy White. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. You just yelling. I'm going to repeat what she just said first. The first part. If your girl come to you and say, Jimmy White, look, I got these two hotties, these baddies, women, Jimmy White, and she tell you she bringing them through so y'all can finna basically sleep with 3 women. You gonna tell her no, yes or no, Jimmy White?
That's I can answer the question. She already did
yes
it. I got one
no.
in the room now. It's 2 already been. I told you it's 3 women, and she brought 2 other ones from Chicago. She's already did it. No niggas allowed. What are you talking about?
I didn't say
y'all
no
be having
niggas.
orgies? Y'all be having
talking about?
menage a trois already?
No, he
Y'all
lying.
already?
No, he capping. He lying.
Okay.
He ain't never had that.
Well,
Now, he can lie on his dick clean.
I'm not you.
So
Okay.
Jimmy White,
All
are
right,
you
then.
are you getting paid for it?
I ain't no one thing. I'm answering the question effectively, right? Don't move, right?
Nigga trying to get a
No
sex toy.
niggas. I don't give a
I see
fuck.
what's
Your
going on.
daddy, your brother. I
see
don't
what
give a
nigga
fuck.
doing.
You know I don't want
Oh,
no
that's
niggas
crazy.
around me. I'm subject to snap. I don't trust no niggas.
Jimmy, did she
Period.
tell you she
Only
found the girls
women.
off Craigslist?
I just said what I said. She know this. I don't even trust no plumbers, no nigga. It was a nigga doing some insect shit. I didn't even let that nigga in the house. Straight outside of the house. You're not allowed in my house.
He's not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop.
That's what I said.
Okay, cool. But like I said, y'all, they break down. So I'm finna hurry up. I'm finna go get me something to eat because yesterday I took too fucking long and to get something to eat. But I need to get something to eat and then I'm gonna go live again. Once they come back from the break, because we're gonna do part 2. Once they come from the break on this Diddy trial. We is talking about the Diddy Rico trial, the case against Pup Daddy, aka P. Diddy. So with that being said, love you guys. Thank you for the bits, the support here on Twitch. Definitely, if you're not following me on Twitch, definitely if you have a Twitch account, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Freddie Roosevelt. Definitely make sure you guys is following the LO YouTube. That's youtube.com /at LOELLOOINC on YouTube. Make sure you guys like and subscribe over there as well. With that being said, I'm out of here, folks. I'm gonna go grab me something to eat. I got to go fucking eat like now. Appreciate you guys. See you guys in like an hour.
Bye. Yeah.